Beats Planet.
What's happening? What's happening? Yo, what's good, y'all? Come on in. Sit down. Grab a snack or something. Grab a snack and make sure your headphones is on. Make sure all your phones and tablets, laptops, and accessories is charged up real good. If you're watching me on the TV, on the YouTube app, hit your volume or something. You need to hear this. Come on in. Before I get started, though, I haven't been as active on my channel as I normally have been. Some of y'all hoes thought I was running from y'all, and I use hoes on purpose because y'all think I'm running from anybody. Then you're obviously mistaken. But some of y'all hoes thought I was running from y'all, but had a little situation I had to take care of back home in Natchez, Mississippi. It ain't close, and I normally don't take all of my computer equipment with me. So we in the compound now. Wasn't in the compound at first. We sound a little better now. All my equipment's here. The Wi-Fi is good now. You know what I mean? So we back in the compound. Everything should be back on regular schedule. Okay. Appreciate y'all for being patient. Appreciate y'all for hanging in there with me. Everything. Positivity, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Now. I drove from Natchez, Mississippi back to Houston, Texas to the compound today. Exhausted, tired, sleepy, body weary. And all I was going to do was watch the game and take a nap, and I was going to get back to regularly scheduled programming tomorrow. That's what I was going to do. However, there is some evil. There's some malice, treachery, tyranny, and evil men walking around in my streets. And I simply can't have evil and tyranny walking around in my streets. What Jules said at the end of Pulp Fiction when he said, "What if it's the world that's evil and I'm the shepherd and it's and Mr. 9mm here is guiding me through the valley of darkness." That's how this gonna be. Somebody in the chat box say, "You sound energized." That's just for the show. I'm tired of shit. I'm tired as hell. But we getting this work done. So, I don't know if y'all think I was going to come on here and throw some furniture, because I'm actually disappointed in a lot of my cowboy YouTubers. I will say that. I'm very disappointed in a lot of my cowboy YouTubers. Some of them kind of saying what sounds about right, but I'm disappointed in others. I'm not going to throw things at my television. I'm not going to flip any furniture. I'm not going to cuss anybody out. I'm not hunting any heads. I'm simply here for perspective. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the phone lines are open. The number's on the screen. It's in the description. It's in the title. There's absolutely going to be an opportunity for you to call in and get your thoughts off. But I just want a little bit of perspective. Jordan K says, "All right, I'm gonna head out." See what I'm saying? I'm not going to embarrass myself while talking to my family in front of people that ain't with us. You don't talk all your family business and get all out of character in front of the ops, in front of the alphabet people, the feds, in front of the enemy. You don't get into all that. Jordan K thought I was about to be emotional. He thought I was about to be emotional. He said as a joke, you said it. And even if you're joking, Jordan, somebody thinking that way. Somebody's tuning into a cowboy YouTuber. Oh, let's see if we can get an EDP in the cowboy YouTube. No, that's not how we do here. So I'm here for some perspective. I'm not here to tell anybody how to feel. I'm only going to offer how I think, and I want you to contrast that with how you think. Okay? So I'm watching the game. Obviously, losing is not what you want to do. But we lost. Cool. But at no point in this game did I say this person needs to be fired. Now, I know I come from a different cloth. There are different categories of fan bases, right? There are trash fans like Eastside Harold. He's a Cowboy fan at heart, you know what I'm saying? But he don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? He don't really want to show it for real, for real. There are fans that come from coaching cloth. There are fans that come from pure, I just grew up watching plans. Some fans came from former playing cloth. You know what I mean? There are different fans that come from different places. I'm blessed enough to represent a lot of those different places. And how I think when I watch a lot of this stuff, I go, damn, we need to play better. Damn, we need to play better. I've seen bad teams before. I remember Lucky Whitehead was running around this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember Jordan Lewis was taking handoffs. Apparently, we were supposed to win the Super Bowl that year. I don't know. But I simply look at things and I go, man, we need to play better. You know what I'm saying? And people will look at me and say, oh, Voch, you're making excuses. Voch, you clicked on my shit. You asked me. You know what I'm saying? You came from my perspective. It's not making excuses. It's simply what I feel. So when I get it, like if I was emotional, sure, I would feel like, okay, fire the GM that hasn't had any dealings in player acquisition in 5 years. Jerry Jones don't run nothing around here. It's just, I think people create a narrative that supports how they feel. And I've never been in the business of how I feel. I would rather look at something and say, what's really happening? I would rather gather some facts before I go out and say something. I don't like to make bold proclamations without paperwork. That's what the streets say. You don't come out and say something without paperwork. I can't just make a bold proclamation watching a game one time, broadcast view, without the rewind button. I ain't got DVR. I canceled my cable. Shouts out to channelsforcheap.com through Beast TV. You know what I'm saying? But when I watch the film, I see a lot of stuff, man. I see a lot of stuff. And when I go on the social medias, I see even worse. It looks like an unmotivated team to me, Voch. Where you see that at, Jordan? I see a team that rallied. I see a team that had a bad first half, played some solid defense in the second, and scored some points and put up some points in the second half. Where you saw that at? Where you saw that at? River Valley University, the Jets was on. We lost. Absolutely. We lost. But I'm only here to address what I think happened. So when I look at when I'm watching the game, right, and I see third down, right, this is like the first drive or something. It's third and whatever. And we throw the ball to Gallup and we drop it. Chat box right now. Chat box, answer this question. And I want to take this bit by damn bit. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Chat box, on the first drive and it's third down and Michael Gallup drops the ball, whose fault is that? I'm just answering a question. Hey, Mad Dog, shouts out to you, fam. Hey, Mad Dog, the Jets won tonight, fam. Salute to you, sir. Appreciate you, dog. But chat box, let me ask y'all this, though. Michael Gallup dropped the football. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? And I know a lot of ignorant ass people going to say Jason Garrett. I'm going to let them fly. I'll even let y'all call in and say that if you want to. But if Michael Gallup drops the ball, the drive is over, and we punt it, it's on Michael Gallup. Question. Robbie Anderson runs past Chidobe Awuzie. I know a lot of people want to get on Jeff Heath, and they really want Jeff Heath pushed off a bridge, but I went back to look at that. It wasn't a too high look where Heath was shaded over Awuzie. It was like a cover 3 type of deal. So when Robbie Anderson runs smooth past Chidobe Awuzie, whose fault is that? I want to go case by case. Chat box, answer me this question. Please, chat box, answer me this question. When Robbie Anderson runs smooth past Chidobe Awuzie for 92 yards, whose fault is that? I'll even wait. I'll take a sip of water. The water ain't that great, but I'll just wait and sip for a sec. Hold on. Jerry Jones' fault. Okay, you being funny. Okay, cool. Cheeto. Okay, cool. So we got 2 on player execution so far. We got 2 on player. Okay, cool. Okay, watch this. Watch this. For the people that want to say, coaching or whatever, right? People that want to get into that coaching bag. We saw plenty instances, and I think I kind of understand what's happened with like passing over the past few weeks or whatever, right? I don't think the corners look. I don't think they've been coached to look back and find the football. I don't think they're coached to do that. I think they play hands. I think they just run with the receiver, and when the receiver hands go up, that's when they play the hands. And it's hard to do that when people are throwing back shoulder fades. It's hard to do that when people are using ball placement to beat you. You know what I'm saying? Whose fault is that if you teaching a DB a technique that ain't working? Let me just ask y'all, whose fault is it? If we teach a DB to do something and all 4 DBs have been beat today by their same technique, whose fault is that? I'm just asking the question. Let me get my notepad ready so I can write down the results. I just want to write down the results. Chat box, tell me what's going on, and which coach in particular. I want to be specific. I want to be pretty specific here. I just want to be. Give me a second. I got one for, what was that? Gallup. That was one for Gallup, and we got one for Cheeto, and we got one for Chris. All right, cool. Let me ask y'all a question. That second Michael Gallup drop, right? Okay, there was a second Michael Gallup drop, but this pass was way high up in the air, though. Michael Gallup had to jump up to go get this one and fully extend. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it for the high pass? Chat box, answer me this question. I'm getting to something for a reason. I'm getting to something. I promise you, I'm getting to something. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it? Is it that I'm the ball's way high, Gallup can't come down? Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Whose fault? Rain Dakota Prescott. We're gonna write down Rain Dakota Prescott. Okay, let me ask y'all this. Remember that second and long? We was right around the 50 or so, trying to get this thing moving, and the Jets was using up all that time of possession, and Jason Witten dropped the pass. Whose fault is it that Jason Witten dropped the pass? I'm just answering the question. I'm just asking. So chat box, when Jason Witten dropped the wide open pass, let me put that in there. Let me put that shit in there too for the sauce. Chat box, when Jason Witten drops a wide open pass, who's that on? We being real interactive tonight. I just need answers. I just don't want to get too emotional. I don't want to be one of these YouTubers that's throwing shoes at my TV right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. James Sorellis, Voch, your point is players didn't execute all 22 guys out there. Okay, I don't want to say that, James, because when I say players aren't executing, people get on to me and say I'm making excuses. So I just want us as a community to kind of put this out there. As a community, I just want to figure this out real quick. How Jason Witten can drop a wide open pass. How Gallup can drop a pass that hits his hand 3 times, really. 3 times. How Cheeto can get smoked by Robbie Anderson because he's out of position. I'm just trying to get the vibes here. How Anthony Brown can be one step off and he missed something. You know, you missed your left tackle and your right tackle today. You missed your 2 tackles today. You missed them. Brandon Knight didn't play terribly. Cam Fleming was trash, but that's fine though. We was able to live through that though, but you missed your tackles. Let me ask y'all another question since we getting into that. Jeff Heath played a damn good game. Shane B, you are incorrect. Let me ask y'all this. So when we get in the end zone, right? We actually throw a pass to Jason Witten and he catches the son bitch and he's in the end zone. So when the cornerback initiates contact, the cornerback Tremaine Johnson or whatever, when he initiates contact on Cedric Wilson and Cedric Wilson is free of blame here and the referee throw a flag on it anyway. And we hear Gene Steratore says, hey, man, that should have been a touchdown. But, you know, the referees probably wasn't going to overturn that. Whose fault is that? Where that 7 points come from? Where can we get those 7 points back? Where were those 7 points come? And you know why we couldn't challenge it? Because all scoring plays are reviewed anyway. So that's why they didn't challenge it. Why would you challenge something if it's already being reviewed? Then you just lose the challenge. They review scoring plays. So what's the deal? Shouts out to the 49ers. They undefeated. Good job, y'all. So what's the deal? What's the deal here? Gallup drops a third pass. Cool. What's the deal? Leighton Vander Esch is not. He's not filling his gaps properly. What's the deal? D-Law haven't been getting the pressure we've been getting from D-Law. Robert Quinn playing fantastic. Antoine Woods came back today, played a good game. What's the deal? The team is undisciplined, point blank, period. How old are you? Because if you are of a solid age, you know what an undisciplined Cowboy team look like. This ain't an undisciplined Cowboy team. This is a team that made mistakes, man. This is a team that's making mistakes right now. I don't put that on coaching, bro. I've been a player and a coach before. That ain't it, my guy. And what's this notion that the team wasn't motivated? What's this notion that that they weren't like? What? Where that come from? What make you think the team wasn't motivated? What make you think that? Drops, penalties, that's being undisciplined. That is not being undisciplined. That is called a mental error, sir. Jason Witten ain't got discipline. Michael Gallup ain't got. You know what undisciplined is? Undisciplined is like getting an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That'll be undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? Undisciplined would be like cussing out the referee. That's undisciplined. I just don't think you have a good idea about what undisciplined football is. I just don't think you have a good idea of that. Brother Fuss is calling me. Let's get Fuss on the phone. I really want it. Brother Fuss, what's good, bro?
You got 5 minutes, man. Can I jump in on your live feed, man? I need a vent, bro.
Get your work, man. Get your work in. But Fuss, you my guy. But if I feel like you're wrong, I'm gonna stop you and tell you why I feel like you're wrong.
Yeah. I haven't done any content.
Gotcha.
I just sat and rewatched the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really have been rewatching the game.
Sure.
Where are you at right now in your live, Vacho? Because I don't want to come in just.
No, you good. No. I'm simply putting my thoughts and opinions out. I'm saying simply what I think happened. You good, bro? Pick up wherever you want to pick up at.
All right. I don't think. All right. So Zeke Zeke had a run.
Sure.
I thought that he pressed it back inside for whatever reason, Voch.
Sure.
And I don't know if his speed is there.
Sure.
Or his something is not right with the way he's running. And I went on a rant on Twitter and I just said, I'm really putting a lot of this on Zeke. He's not getting. So here we go, right here, Voch.
Okay.
I'm used to. They block. I'm actually very impressed with the way that the guards blocked.
Sure.
And I'm impressed with the way, for the most part, that your left tackle's blocked. That your tackle's blocked. Period. But I'm not seeing Zeke hit the hole the way that he should have. Am I wrong? What you're not
getting from Zeke is when Zeke was at his best, he had an option to either run you over, run around you, or burst and make a big play. We haven't seen Zeke run around or burst and make a big play. Like, he's opting to run people over every time, when he probably has an extra yard if he just tries to make somebody miss him and make a bigger play. I think that's what you're saying.
Yes. And I've noticed that a lot. And yes, I saw the second half of the game. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, the fourth down stop. What you can't do as a team. This isn't just you can't let that type of momentum swing happen, and then Cheeto get ran past.
Sure.
That's a team thing.
Sure.
That's That's one of the craziest swings from play calling on the offensive side of the ball, because that play call was terrible. All right. I don't like you going power. The Jets have a good defensive line. So what you did with some of the trap things was good, but you can't just try to bully. Like, you just try to power that run with Dak. That ain't going to work. All right. They were flying up the field. I like misdirection more than I like power there.
Sure.
But then there's no way you go cover zero. I'll look and see on the all-22, and with Jeff Heath as your single high safety.
I think it was cover 3 look, because Cheeto had his back to the sideline a little bit. I just think Robbie just ran past him. I just think Robbie just ran flat past him.
You know, it's so okay. He did. It did look like it was some type of. Listen.
We'll see. We'll look back and see this week.
We'll look back and see this week, Voch. Me and you really find tendencies, but you allow. I just want Cowboys fans, coaches, staff, the whole nine. You allow Sam Darnold, who to this point in his career has had 4 wins, Voch.
Sure.
4 wins. And he's a rookie last year. I get it, the whole nine, and yes, he's better. But he's Sam Darnold.
So listen, let me ask you a question. So if there's any unit that we feel the Jets are competent in, it would be their defense. So the fact that what happened on offense happened on their offense. Are you looking at Chris Richard kind of different? Because I'm seeing people call out Marinelli, but he ain't calling plays no more. Marinelli.
I did a video.
Okay.
I did a video on it, Vacho.
Okay.
I'm not even. Listen, you guys crying for Jason Garrett. Congratulations. I'm off that train. I don't care. I don't care about if Jason Garrett is the coach. I don't care. Like, you guys, I get it. He's just standing there. I think that Jason Garrett is a football guy. He just may not be a leader of men. I get the whole nine. But the coach that we all love, who is dialing up a lot of these defenses, who I'm looking at his position group.
Mm-hmm.
This is Chris Richard's position group.
Yeah.
Anthony Brown, not getting his head around. Cheeto, not making plays. Just awareness has just been off this year.
Well, see, Fuss, what I was looking at, Fuss, tell me if I'm wrong here. When the corners got beat, because I think they all got beat at least once, they weren't looking back. I don't think they're being coached to look back and find the football. I think they're coached to wait for the hand movement, and when the receiver hands go up, that's when they play the ball.
And I don't like that.
I hate it too.
They're not being an athlete.
I hate that too.
Be an athlete. Nobody on this team jumps anything.
Sure.
And you know what? Me screaming for Jordan Lewis, even he out there, you're right. They're playing through the receiver's body. The problem with that is you're going to get a pass interference playing like that.
Every time.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Every time. You could try to punch the ball out, but be an athlete, keep the man in front of you and play through the ball. You know, he's not coaching him to be an athlete and make a play on the ball. My last point, Voch, and I'll let you get back to your live. And thank you for letting me kind of jump on here.
Sure.
DeMarcus Lawrence, and I'm going to have to go look back. But I get it. You're gonna see double teams. You're gonna get chipped. You're gonna see a tight end. The whole nine, Voch.
Mm-hmm.
I need more from DeMarcus Lawrence. It's pathetic. Their tackles aren't good, Voch.
Sure. Let me ask you this, because you are cut from coach's cloth. You know what I mean? Like, yes. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that the team is undisciplined or unmotivated. I don't see that, Foots. I see drops from Gallup. I see a handful of three bad drops. I see a handful of high passes from Dak that probably, whatever, drive killers. I see Jason Witten drop a wide open pass. I see a bad penalty in the red zone, and I see a miss from Maher. If these things don't exist, that's at least 13 points, right? Am I wrong for thinking that this team ain't undisciplined? Because I know what an undisciplined team means. We fighting the other team. We having 15-yard penalties for unsportsmanlike conduct. That's bad discipline to me. Discipline like we jumping off sides every play. Dropping the ball ain't bad discipline. you just dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? So like, what are you thinking about that? Because I think people looking for any reason to blame this on somebody to make themselves look right. Like if they didn't like Jason last year, they're just gonna say Jason's name just so they can look right now. And I'm not even super defending Jason. I just think people are putting the blame in the wrong places. I think we need to hold players accountable. Fans don't like to hold players accountable. They like to hold players that they don't like accountable. They don't like Heath, they hold his ass accountable. They don't like Cheeto, they don't like Connor Williams, they hold their ass accountable. Leighton Vander Esch looks bad. We don't say shit about Leighton Vander Esch. We don't say nothing.
Hey, the backers played good today.
He played fantastic.
Backers played good.
I would have to go back and look prior to me making a bold proclamation or whatever. But they don't say nothing when, okay, they'll say, oh, Dak threw an interception. But they don't say that when it bounced off of Cooper's hands. I think people are just picky with who they like and don't like. And in these situations like this, they use this opportunity to express that. That's all I'm saying.
So I think you're 100. I like this narrative a lot.
King,
all right.
King. Hold on, wait, what time? King Terrell 95 says you just like cuddling Jason Garrett. Fall on some sharp, punk. Go ahead. For say what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, put me on that. I like cuddling him too because you know what? They're in position to make plays. I just told you if you go back and watch, Zeke had more blocks than what he's getting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I just told you. Okay, Gallup. This is your game to shine. All right?
Yes.
The Jets, Tremaine Johnson, really? Come on. The guy's, he's a bum. He's done in the league.
Sure.
And you can't separate from Tremaine Johnson. Seriously.
Sure.
And so, you know what? That's a great narrative, Voch, that it's time to hold some of these players accountable.
Sure.
It really, really, I'm holding Zeke accountable. I'll tell you what. For the hell we give Cam Fleming, he didn't play bad.
I think he's terrible for us, but I will hold all reservations till I watch film.
Definitely. From what all right, so he didn't. Let me say this.
He didn't kill you.
Jump on my screen as getting rammed. I'm telling you, you're right.
He didn't kill you.
Jason Witten drops. That was the Jason Witten drop was bad.
Sure.
I'll tell you something else, and then I'll get out your way because I know people want to call in.
Yeah.
Me and you will be at this all day.
Right.
I really think, and you guys don't understand this, but Tony Pollard has to be more involved in this offense.
Now watch this. If there's any coaching point, if there's any coaching point, I would like for Tony Pollard. Okay, that's coaching, y'all. That's coaching. If y'all want to point a finger at coach, I want Tony Pollard to get a whole series so he can get a rhythm. That's coaching.
Yes.
If y'all want to blame someone on coaching, that's coaching.
Yes, and not only that, throw him the football. Throw him a screen.
Sure.
Listen, in anything in life, I coach kids. You coached before.
Mm.
It's something different when you see a player at your position group making plays.
Yeah.
And you're on the sideline and you're watching him. Zeke he's gonna be fine. I get it. He hasn't been fine at this point. He has to play his way into shape. I get all that, whatever. But guess what? Tony Pollard adds a little pop, even on the run that he had today.
Sure.
He just adds a little bit of extra juice that, you know what, maybe he'll pop a long run.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a long run this year, Bacho.
Yep.
We haven't had a screen go the distance. It's like Zeke is good for 15 yards, and then so I want to see. And then, you know what? I like what you said. Witten, Gallup, uncharacteristic drops.
Sure.
And then Dak, Dak is not built. When we get down, I love the player.
Mm-hmm.
He's not built to come back. He's just not there yet in his career. I don't know if he ever will be. And so that's something that, I have to do this. Tony comes back in those games. Tony, you can put Tony down 20, 30 points. He can score at will. He's so good at that. It's just not Dak yet. I mean, it just is what it is. So, we'll see what happens, Vacho. I'm going to sit back and listen, man. Thanks for having me on, bro. Seriously.
Appreciate it, fam. We should round table on this later on this week. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens.
Okay, bro.
Yeah. Let's get into some calls because I'm sure y'all would like to touch on a few things. Y'all would like to let y'all's opinions be heard. And if you feel like I'm full of shit, then tell me I'm full of shit. Just be ready for what I bring to the table. Time. Let's do this. Hold on. Wait. What is this? You have to shut up. That's what you have to do. Who you Who he talk to? Who he talk to? What does he say? I run this. This my house. The hell wrong with you? Let's start with I got a lot of platinum callers in, but let's go priorities here, man. DJ 100 Grand, what's up, man?
Listen, man.
What's good?
Listen, dog.
I'm here.
I've been listening to you.
Yep.
And this was an all-around team loss.
Sure.
All three games were. I'm sorry. Jason Garrett, you can't go for it on fourth down instead of kicking the field goal. And I'm not even sure we would have made that. I don't understand.
And you know what, 100 Grand? I was just about to ask you. I was just about to ask you
why he's still here from the get-go. He needs to be gone.
100 Grand. I was just about to ask you. Would you rather try to get 2 yards with your offense or kick a 20-yarder with Maher? I was just gonna ask you that. I don't mind the aggression right there.
Hey, it's flipping the coin. It's flip a coin.
Sure.
Heads or tails. Which one you want?
Sure. Keep going.
Especially when 2 of your linemen are out.
Sure.
And people don't understand that Dak was getting harassed. I mean, every single play he was on his ass.
Sure.
So you can't say, oh, well, he couldn't catch this pass. Dak couldn't throw. Where was Dak throwing the ball at? Dak was getting, and what calls? One roughing the passer call the whole game? Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Are you serious?
I feel you, 100 Grand, but if we take care of business, if that
was Tom goddamn Brady,
if we take care of business, the referees don't even matter. If we take care of business, the referees don't matter.
I understand that. I understand that. But if they would have did what they did in the fourth quarter when Zeke was running the ball, when they said Jason wouldn't block and somebody else block, if they would have did that from the jump, we probably would have won the goddamn game.
Sure.
Now, is that coaching or is that players? I've been listening to you now.
Sure.
Is that coaching or is that players? Why all of a sudden in the fourth quarter when we got to come back, you telling Jason wouldn't block and you bringing another tight end to block so Zeke could pop out some runs?
It's called
who that fall down on?
It's called adjustments, fam. And the same people and the same people that say that this coaching staff don't make adjustments. I would say that this is a fantastic second half team. That's what we get most of our points in the second half, 100 Grand. That's just what I'm saying.
I was told all off season that Kevin Moore, he listens to us during the game. If we see something here, make an adjustment, and we'll do it during the game. Where is that?
Did we not make the adjustment, 100 Grand? Did we not make the adjustment?
At the fourth quarter, when we was coming back, I'm talking about when we start getting down, when we start getting series, 3 and out, we can't do nothing.
Sure. And you want to know why?
We've been playing 12 personnel the whole game.
And we wouldn't go 3 and out if Michael Gallup don't dribble the football. We don't go 3 and out if Jason Witten don't drop the football. We don't go 3 and out if Dak don't throw a high pass. We don't go 3 and out if Cam Fleming don't get beat. We don't go 3 and out.
But they was blitzing Dak the whole game, were they not?
Then we neutralizes
the blitz.
Sure.
Screens, runs with Zeke.
Sure.
Okay, that's when you tell Jason Witten block like they did in the fourth quarter.
And
Why didn't they do it?
Sure. And we ran the ball with Zeke. Did we not run the ball with Zeke?
In the fourth quarter, when the game was over.
Zeke got carries all day, 100 Grand. Look, when we agree, we agree. But if you're wrong, I'm going to say... We ran 3 sweeps to the outside, 3 plays in a row, 100 Grand. To the right side. One time it was Travis Frederick leading, the other time it was Connor Williams leading. We didn't run up the middle every play.
Well, I play Madden, you play Madden. Why you don't have Tony Pollard on one side?
I don't play Madden.
On the other side, both y'all running to the front. Okay. Why ain't Zeke and Tony Pollard out on the field at the same time to try to stop them from blitzing Dak?
Hey.
You don't know who to pick up on. Where's these different type of plays? All I see is the same type of plays. I see them.
Hey.
Where's this brilliant offensive mind at?
Hey, you want to know something that'll help your offense? Catching the ball. Throwing the ball with some accuracy.
Okay. You threw the ball to Zeke. You threw the ball to Zeke in the third and the fourth quarter. Where was that?
I don't even like throwing the ball to Zeke. I would rather throw it to Tony. Honestly.
Why not put them both out there? You don't know who's going to get the ball.
I'm not Kellen Moore.
Why do you have 2 tight ends and you keep swole ass Jason Witten on the field the whole goddamn game? When I heard he wasn't even supposed to be taking all them snaps.
I'm not Kellen Moore. I'm just letting you know that what we ran out there, it would have worked if we would have executed, sir. And we simply did not execute.
It's like we got 1 corner, not 2, 1.
Okay.
Why do we keep his small ass on the other side?
Sure.
He's small. Get his ass out of here.
And you mad at 3
and
outs?
What I'm talking about.
And you mad at 3 and outs? We wouldn't have those 3 and outs. We wouldn't drop the ball. And
on defense, it's like we got 1 corner, not 2.
Sure. Byron is all 1 corner, right?
Small.
Are you talking about who you talking about? You talking about Brown?
Brown sucks. Why is he still on the team?
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
You need corners. You need corners. You need Brown to play better. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? What are you gonna do?
Turn around. It's a penalty on him. Am I wrong?
I'm asking her to grab. I just want to know. I just want to know the vibes here. Hey man, look. Thanks for calling in, man. I got a bunch of people that want to cuss me out. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, bud.
Let's see. I want somebody's gonna cuss me out. I know DP gonna cuss. Hold on. DP ain't never on my side with this. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. DP, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? Come on now. You know I'm bringing calmness because I don't play it on that level. I told you. Remember I told you 3 weeks ago, brother? I said we should. I said, hey, this is a great start, but eat your humble pie. Work every week. Get better. I remember. He told you. I said, "Hey, listen, man. It's a great start."
Sure.
Everybody was excited.
Sure.
I said, "But eat your humble pie. Calm down."
Sure.
That's when you heard Dak give this. Oh, we were smelling ourselves. Yeah, you were, because you thought you really were what you were.
$100,000.
So,
I don't.
Let me break.
Pardon me, DP. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I really, really appreciate when you call in because I have so much diversity amongst my listeners or whatever. And like I was saying earlier, like fans come cut from different cloths or whatever. So now I get into the played the game cloth. So DP, let me ask you a question, man. Player execution, fam. Player execution is paramount. It's paramount.
Of course.
Regardless of what's being called, if I made the mistake, me wearing a helmet, if I made the mistake, that's on me. DP, how many times have you pat yourself on the chest and said, my bad, that's on me? How many times have you said that?
A few times. Hell, listen, if I didn't pat myself, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I'd be enjoying a retirement check from the NFL.
Thank you. So my whole angle, and I know you got a great angle. I'm gonna let you go. My whole angle is, how come as a fan base we would much rather point the fingers at Jerry Jones or something instead of looking directly at, hey man, catch the ball, don't get burned by Robbie, play your technique. Look, use your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk. I'm gonna let you get your thoughts off. Go ahead.
Oh no! The first thing to answer your question, I'm gonna tell you why. Because most of our fan base was spoiled by Jimmy Johnson, and when Jerry basically cut Jimmy because Jimmy didn't give him enough credit, all the fan base. If we don't win, we don't get there, we blame it on Jerry. Because Jerry, we had a championship team rolling, and not just rolling. We could have rolled. Remember, we cut Jimmy. And I heard this, and I remembered it. I wasn't sure, but when I was told by Michael Irvin again, I remembered it. Jimmy Johnson left, and he fired him when Emmy, Troy, Michael were in their mid-20s. They're still in their prime, my brother. Sure. In their prime, and it was about pride. But besides that, I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna give you what we talked about a couple weeks ago. So sure. Even Foots to hear this, and I'm gonna put here. I told you there was three areas of this team that we were incomplete. We're an incomplete team. Okay. This is not a championship team. This is an average team, but it's not championship yet. We played above our heads last year. Why? I answered it real quickly. We are playing a 10-for-2 style front with a triangle cover 3 back end. Yeah, it caught everybody by surprise last year, and we looked great. But guess what happens? There's guys that get paid sick. The only reason why I knew, and I told you that, I actually was coached by the architect of the triangle cover 3 defense. So I knew that front was not the front that he normally runs. I said, no, that's not the right front. No, that's the 10-for-2 front. So I knew that already. And I said to myself, eventually one of the offensive coordinators are going to catch up with this and is going to gash us. Remember, me and you had that argument a couple times about getting the big one technique. It's like, oh, no, we can cut it back. I said, no, bro. I said, when they reach up to the linebackers, our linebackers are not built like Rolando McClain, who can toss a guard to the side. Our linebackers are built like Ray Lewis, who are made for speed, running side to side. They need to be covered up by the D tackles. We don't have D tackles that cover them up. Just like I think I forgot who, I believe it was Law Nation in his film breakdown, and he was saying the D tackles are going too far afield. No, they're not. That's how the Tampa 2 is built. The D tackles concentrate on penetration, so sometimes they'll overrun. That's what happens. Sure. And on the cover 3 back-end defense, it is made for the linebackers to sit and read. The problem is the linemen are coming up to them and catching them. So now we're getting gashed, and everybody's like, how's the run defense so bad? Me and Mark Carter told you that 2 years ago. We need big bodies up front for cover 3. This is not Tampa. We don't have a Derek Brooks that can erase mistakes. We don't have that. I know Jalen is a very good player. Layden is a very good player, but they're young. We don't have the kind of guy that erase those mistakes. We damn sure don't have a strong safety that's an eliminator. And please don't get me started on Jeff Heath. Please don't. Oh my God!
I don't think Jeff Heath played a terrible game today. But I'll let you finish.
No, I'm not saying that. I said what I'm saying is he's not that kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? He's not that dude that will basically say the middle of the field is off limits or you're getting knocked out, like Jamal Adams today.
Sure,
the middle of the field is off limits, so I'm not.
He's really good. He's really good. Adams is really good.
Right, and I said that's one of the key components of the cover 3 defense. Is people don't realize that, and I could tell you real quickly through every step. When I was at Hofstra, the dude that we ran to cover the same defense, the same triangle cover 3, our striker in the middle was a dude named Lance Schulters. I don't know if you remember that cat. I know you're young, but he ended up in the NFL. He was a 2-time All-Pro with San Fran. He was a 2-time All-Pro with Tennessee. He ran that strike. Pretty much anything that came in front of him, he destroyed. Go to when Dan Quinn went to Florida. Where do you think he got those 2 guys, Marcus May and what's your boy name that's with Atlanta, his strong safety. This defense, cover 3 is made for a striker. You need a striker in the middle of the field that's buzzing around as a strong safety. Heath is a very decent player. He's not a striker. He's not causing people to look over their shoulder.
Sure.
But,
I agree.
But that's what I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna let you know this. Like I said, the one issue I had, and I was watching this game contently. I have a friend of mine on my podcast, and I literally, when it was the 2-point conversion, I literally texted my group and I said, this is when the last part of this offense is incomplete. I said, one of my guys said, Michael Gallup, oh man, yeah, he's like this. He could go up over. I said, no, that is not Gallup's game. This is when you need a big physical receiver that is 20 yards in that could basically body up a corner, go up, and go get the ball. That was exactly what he said about when Foote said about Tony back in the days. Yeah, Tony could do that because guess what? You heard it from his broadcast. Tony said when Dez is covered, he's not covered. He would just throw it up, and Dez will out-fight the corner. We don't have that. We have a great bunch of route runners, but guess what? Route running is very precise and tough when you get into 20 yards and in. Then it's about athleticism. So when I saw that they threw the ball to Jason Witten, a 36-year-old who has about a vertical leap over a Pepsi can, I'm like, that ain't going to work. It's not going to work. I said, you need to have another – you said you're incomplete on that offense. One big receiver that can go up, and those kind of tight situations that you just need a jump ball, he can get that for you. That's all. He can get that for you. Amari's going to do his thing. Gallup, he's going to do his thing sometimes. Gallup proved today, again, just like he proved prior to Amari, he's not a number one. He can never be a number one. That's just not him. He doesn't have that number one dog receiver. Give me the ball. I'm watching the drops. I'm like, they're bouncing off his helmet. This is not just bouncing off his hands. You're getting hit in the face mask, bro. That's nervousness. That's not rising to the occasion. And that's as a player, that to me says nerves. That clearly says nerves to me. So I said, yeah, once Amari went down, I said, now we're going to see if Dak, you talked about Dak and that money. I said, now we're going to see if Dak can truly make this money. Now, he was very, very close.
Sure.
But 3 straight losses, and he didn't look the same. I mean, obviously, it wasn't the same kind of teams, but 3 straight losses. This one was the worst of them all. because the coaching staff did not help it, and you're right, because I watch defense. Let's flip back real quick in the game. Everybody's on Lawrence, on Tank right now.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember, people are doubling them, people are tripling them. They're basically saying DeMarcus Lawrence is not going to affect this game. If you watch it, when you do your film study, you'll see they left in 5- and 6-man protections against 4-man fronts, and we're running a wide open zone where a guy who was sitting back there got plenty of time to pick apart the holes. I'm like, why are you not running a man? They're basically leaving 6 in to protect. Run a man. Hell, run a man with a zone over top so guys can run underneath them. But you're making it as easy as possible for them to basically throw the football. But when he went to man, that's when Jay Lewis actually made his interception.
But DP, Chris Richard's the GOAT, and he's the next head coach, and he yells at people on the sideline, though, DP. But he screams at people.
He's probably a very good. I think he is. I know he's a very good coach. But this is exactly what you said. Well, no, my fault. I was just listening to Law a few minutes ago, and this is exactly what Law said. This is cronyism, and this is nepotism. As much as you said that Chris Richard runs it, Chris Richard will run it, or because I know that defensive line front, that is not what Chris Richard wants to run up front there. That is because Rob Marinelli still wants to have his imprint on this defense. So I'm giving everybody a taste of medicine, just like when I was young. Some cod liver oil. I know it ain't gonna taste good, but it's good for you. Guess what? Jason Garrett's not going anywhere. Even if we try to bring in Lincoln Riley,
sure.
Lincoln Riley is not going to say Kellen Moore can stay. Lincoln Riley is not going to say, oh, Marinelli can stay. He's going to want to bring in his staff and his people. Jerry's going to say, no, I want these people to stay because these are my people. That's the same reason why Parcells left. Jason is not going. I'm sorry to say it. Again, listen to me. I think Jason's a good coach. He's not a championship coach. But until truly the Joneses truly step away from operations of what goes on the field, oh, no. It's not going to change. I'm sorry, guys. I said, I'm a fan. I'm telling you as a fan, but I'm also telling you right now as a player and as a personnel guy, this is not going to change until they fully step away.
My whole thing about Garrett, I don't think Jason Garrett is elite. I don't think he's like this super, transcendent. He's not that guy. But I do think that people are pointing the fingers in the wrong direction, in my opinion. I think that if we do three, in terms of player execution, DP, in terms of play, if we do 3 things different in terms of player execution, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But that's just my opinion.
That's true. But remember, play execution is one thing. But as you said, we are players. You've played. I've definitely played and played pretty well. Mm-hmm. There are some people that's made for the moment, sure. And some people are just not made for the moment. Sure. And as I looked at Gallup today, I said this was his moment. Because everybody said, oh, man, we didn't do well because Gallup wasn't in. It was only the Amari show. But Amari battled. Even when he played against in New Orleans, he battled. He looked like that number one. He goes, no, keep coming to me. I'm going to try to win this battle. If he didn't, so be it. You win some, you lose some, but he battled. Today, Gallup looked like he didn't want it. Damn. You know what I mean? The moment was too big. He got a bunch of targets, but when it was time to come up big, that's when those drops happened. You're like, dang, man, come on. I'm thinking to myself, what do you have left? I mean, once we lost, what's up, Blended? Once we lost Amari,
yep. and Cobb was out too. Yep.
Yeah, and when we lost Cobb, I said, that's it, man. I said, that's going to be throwing the tight ends and eight, because I like Cedric Wilson. He's a nice player. I don't know if he's that player. And then when I saw in the report before it started, Devin Smith was out. I'm like, so you take out one of the fastest guys on the team, put a guy in that, he's good, but he doesn't know if you can stretch the field, which you got to get those safeties, May and Adams, out of the box, out of the middle. You need them to really protect, over the top. No, you put in guys that they had no work. The only person they gave respect to was Tavon. And Tavon was getting off. This was Tavon's best game. But like I said, Tavon's a complimentary player. You know what I mean? This was clearly Tavon's best game. They couldn't even run that sack that Dak actually got, which I didn't understand why Dak held the ball for so much longer. But it was a stop and go for Tavon, and that dude was 10 yards off of Tavon. That stop and go was not working. That dude was like, no, you're not getting on top of me. So I'm like, okay, you got to do something else, man. You got to send Tavon in motion, the over routes, something else, something different than just these these things that we just honestly the routes that I see on Madden happen. I don't play Madden, but I've seen it. I see those same routes on Madden.
I'll watch the film and we'll have that conversation next week. Appreciate it, DP.
You got me, brother.
Yeah. I like perspective, man. I like different perspective. Whether we agree or not, I like perspective. I know this call ain't going to last very long at all because I know a troll when I see one. So let's just see what this is real fast. River Valley University, what's up?
Hey, what's happening, Voch?
What's that? What's good?
Hey, I wasn't talking about you, shut up. I was talking about the caller earlier, man.
Oh, okay.
Because he kept saying, I have to this. I'm like, no, you have to shut up.
Be nice to my callers.
Like that, man.
Be nice to my callers. We're all one big happy family here.
Hey, I feel you, dog. Hey.
What's good, though?
Anyways, man, my thing is from taking away from this game, man, that offense is stale, G. Like, straight up. It is stale. Ain't no motion. They in love with the spread. They trying to got the little 5-4-5 wide receivers. It only works if you got threats on the outside. Like, who cares if you got fucking Michael Gallup out there, you got fucking Tavon Austin, and you got some other unnamed dude, you got slow-ass Jason Wynn. Who actually cares about them people being on the field?
Well, Nobody. They did have motion, though. They did have a lot of motion. I just wanted to, wanted to get you there.
They had a little. No, they had a little bit. They did have a little bit. Like every team has a little bit. But I'm talking about like legit motion. They wasn't really doing nothing.
I've made videos every week about how people say that there was no motion. There was plenty of motion. So we'll do it again this week. But I saw Tavon in motion a lot. I saw a lot of formation shifts. I saw Zeke line up wide and come back just to kind of dictate whether it was man. I saw a lot of motion. But I'm gonna let you go ahead though. River Valley University. I'm just saying that there was.
I'm saying, hey, they got the stalest offense I ever seen, and then Zeke was the only person out there willing to ball. Like the New York Jets they had so much energy on defense. 33 Adams is leading them boys. They got all the energy in the world. And Zeke was the only one on offense who really was like, man, I'm gonna take it to him. I got the juice too. But they wouldn't feed him, my man.
Zeke had like 28 carries tonight.
Dak was getting obliterated.
Zeke had like
and they still was like, oh, we're going to drop back and pass. We're going to drop back and pass. He was getting obliterated.
But Zeke had like 28 carries tonight, though.
Yeah, in the second half.
Nah, Zeke had it was like
no,
it was
look,
my girl even said, they're gonna let look, cause they ran Zeke in the first down. They ran Zeke a bunch first down. My girl was like, they're gonna let hand stuff again. They ran Zeke all game. What are you saying, River Valley?
No,
what are you saying?
No, dog. That's not quality though. They was running him out of the spread, out of the shotgun. I don't care. Quality. Like I'm saying, if you don't give him the ball, quality. put two tight ends in there. Have your line good, and then let him. Zeke has vision. He doesn't need a spread offense. A spread offense is for a back that has no vision and has wide open holes because you got people all on the outside. Zeke is not one of those run of the mill Tony Pollard ass running backs. You can put 8 guys in the box, and Zeke gonna make the right decision. That's what makes him special.
But River Valley, there was a lot of two tight end set though. It was a lot of 12
in the second half.
It was all game.
In the second half.
You must have
been. It's a 2-half game. They got obliterated in the first half.
You must have been watching the Bills game.
Every game the Dallas Cowboys play, they come out there with that bullshit ass spread. Tell me I'm lying.
You lying?
No.
Shit, I will tell you.
No,
you must be
with that bullshit ass spread. They gonna spread somebody out and Dak gonna drop some dimes. That's not what he do.
Olawale was out there, but even Jameis Olawale was out there. So how much spread did they?
Hey, you don't have to chart. I watched the game from start to end.
Sure, I've watched this
straight up, and I seen all type of little nasty spread shit going on.
You must.
And them DBs was not going for it.
You was watching the Bills game. You was watching the Bills game.
No, I wish I was watching the Bills game.
Who else was on bye week this week? Who else was on bye? The Bills.
I wish I was watching the Bills game. The Bears. I live in Chicago. I wish the Bears was playing today.
You was watching the Bills versus the Bears then. You wasn't watching the Cowboys.
Hey, in my dreams, boy, put me on my man. Dude, seriously though, they have to get this offense turned around and run it through Zeke, man. He is the juice. I don't like nobody fucking disrespecting my man. He is nice. I don't understand why y'all Dallas fans, he just got the bag. He the only one who really got the bag because they know what he brings to the table. I don't understand it. Now, I think they like letting Dak get his little free time because they looking at the standings and all. They looking at where the Eagles at and all that shit. The Eagles lost today, so they like, oh, we can keep giving Dak a chance to come out here and do something. And he keeps sitting the bed, man. When y'all gonna realize that that ain't the solution?
River Valley University. This was an interesting call, man. I appreciate you, bro. Listen, do me a favor. Watch the game again though, and call in tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it again.
All right, man. Chop it up.
Yes, sir. River Valley University. There wasn't no motion. They ain't run 2 tight ends. Zeke can't get the ball. I'm like, all those things happen. I'm like every one of those things happen. God damn. Let's go. Space Cowboy, what's up?
Hey, Voch, what's going on, bro?
What's cracking, fella? How many subs you at now? You at like 48 or something?
No, I'm at 4,000.
Hey, man, we're going to get to 5 by December. Talk to me, though. What's good?
Listen, man, there was no motion. No, I'm just playing, bro. I just had to...
I will hang up on you right now and scream and make another video, fam. Go ahead.
No, I'm just playing with you. This game, it was frustrating. I mean, a lot of the times, like every single play I would watch, it was just, hey, Gallup dropped the ball, Dak threw a ball too high, Witten dropped the pass. You get the point of trying to get it. Basically, you looked and saw like every single position group didn't really execute to their best of their ability.
Sure.
And I can go on about that. I don't want to like go on for verbatim, but the thing that kind of bothers me the most when it comes to these types of games, and the last 2 games are evident of it, when you're down by a deficit of, 17-0 at halftime, and then eventually that turns into 31-3 at some point in the third quarter, and then you're down 21-3 at one point to be down 21-6 at halftime. We see there's an issue there. Now, obviously, we're trying to find out, okay, what exactly is the issue there? Is it the coaching? Is it the players, etc.? I had to kind of rewatch the games, just to kind of like calm down and find out what's going on. And it's just like you look at what's going on, and it's just like a lot of the times the players aren't doing, from what I've seen, they're not doing their job. I mean, for God's sake, you had a situation where, now I would argue I would have gone for it on 4th down when we were trying to get some points to try and get up on the Jets.
Sure.
That was my opinion, but I would disagree with what we did, the play call. I felt like we could have done something different.
I did not like the actual play call, but I did but I did like going for it though. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. No, I was in the same boat. And when you have a situation to where, okay, we pinned them deep, and then it's like, okay, maybe you hope to get him to punt and get better field position. Maybe you have a chance to get some points before the half ends. When you have a situation to where you let up a 92-yard touchdown pass and Cheeto lets, Robbie Anderson just run right past him, that's horrible. That is a 14-point swing. And that's what really, I think, killed the game for me. Like, I was like, you just let that happen. That's that's a no-go. And I understand we're all
but we kept moving the ball though, man. We kept coming back though. It's we'll make a small mistake, and it'll only take one play to set a drive back, man. It'll only take one play.
I will say this: if we're gonna mention coaching,
sure,
I'm looking at Chris Richard, man. Like, I've been seeing the DBs commit the same types of errors for the past couple games, and it's not like, okay, it's one person.
Sure.
Like, you have Anthony Brown doing it. You have Cheeto doing it. I don't think I saw Byron Jones. I think I've seen him do it once, but again, I didn't really see a whole lot of him doing it. But the point is that if we're looking at coaches, I'm looking at Chris Richard, and I'm like, man, I don't know what you're teaching these guys. I don't know what he's talking about in them film sessions or whatever he's doing.
Sure.
But there's something wrong there, because I don't know why it's so hard for them to not turn their head right, because we've been seeing they've been prone to getting pass interference calls, and that's inexcusable, plain and simple. As much as I am frustrated still,
yeah,
I'm not going to say like, hey, it's 100% Garrett's fault, because at the end of the day, you win as a team and you lose as a team.
And let me say this too, though, man. Let me say this just to be clear. I ain't even holding on to Jason Garrett like that. I just think people's blame is in the wrong place. Now, listen, but if you choose to play roulette with your head coach, you better hit right. Because you look at all these brand new player acquisitions. Listen, man, you look, for every Sean McVay, it's 3 damn Freddie Kitchens. You know what I'm saying? So you take that shot if you want to, but go ahead.
No, I wanted to also mention another thing about why Chris Richard is also, I think, an issue. You only have 2 interceptions the whole season, right? And it's not, and one of them was just the ball happened to pop up, and you had, Cheetah was aware to see it, and then Jordan Lewis managed to pick off a bad pass. But other than that, look, as much as it frustrates me, and you bring up the head coach and roulette, with the thing that bothers me when it comes to Jason Garrett. Now, I like the fact that he delegates responsibility to his position coaches. You got to understand that, that's what makes Jason Garrett one of those interesting coaches, is that he delegates responsibility to his position coaches. He's not that much of a hands-on type of guy. People might be like, I disagree, because you look at the offense. No, but if you pay attention, right, when has Jason Garrett really had any input on any specific position group? I haven't seen it.
Sure.
For the last however many years I've been watching him. Now, I will say this. I don't know. I mean, it's frustrating because obviously, hey, you lose 3 straight. Of course, it's hard to keep your cool. But if I'm looking at what's going on, obviously last year, what was the main issue? The offense was anemic, and then we saw what happened.
Sure.
And we got rid of Scott Linehan.
Right.
For me, I personally think it's time to possibly change defensive coordinators or defensive coaches. That's just me. Sure. I just think that, look, I don't like going straight for the head coach. Not straight for the head. I don't like going for coaches immediately. But when I see a pattern that's been existing over the past couple of games and stemming from last year, that's when I have an issue, right? So, when I say, I'm frustrated at what's going on with Jason Garrett, I'm not saying he's the reason for that specific position group for failing. What I'm saying, if I ever mention that, it's because, hey, look, he's delegating that responsibility. They're not getting the job done, and we have not seen any, fixes to that position group, right?
And I will say this though. Watching our defense versus what the Jets did on defense, you kind of see this gap in creativity. Now, I don't talk about defense scheme wise a whole bunch, because my field is like offense or whatever, and I know just enough defense to be good at offense. But I saw some exotic looking blitzes from Bounty Gate, Brown Saints, Greg Williams. I saw some exotic stuff from Greg Williams, some dope little gap exchange, twist stunts and all that. We kind of play our gap. If anything, we'll do like a 1 gap stunt or something. We may blitz Van Der Esch or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But but I do think we can get better play calling on defense, though. That's my thought. But go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. My whole thing is when you look at what Rod Marinelli's scheme is, obviously it stems from that Tampa 2 when he, obviously when he was in Tampa Bay when they won that Super Bowl. The thing that made that defense special was they had a massive D tackle. They had that Warren Sapp. We don't have that. Now, I'm not saying that we die by that, but that is the issue with the scheme, and I think that's what I have a complaint about, is that we can argue, okay, that's the coach's fault for not trying to pursue that, it's the GM's fault for not filling that position, but my thing is that you're trying to run a scheme that you don't have the personnel for, in my opinion, then of course it's not going to do well. I mean, obviously we've been seeing the interior defensive line, it's been spotty. Linebackers have been spotty. And obviously we talked about the DBs already. And it's hard to pinpoint the problem because you're having all these discrepancies from the players. It's not just the coach, it's the players. And then we have mostly Richard trying to teach these DBs certain techniques that aren't being efficient in the games. And I don't want to go on for too long because I know that you have a bunch of other callers.
20 callers.
But before I go, for the sake of the chat, because I know they're all, from what I've been seeing, they're all like, oh, they're talking about firing Garrett. I want to ask you this. In your honest opinion, what would it take for you to be like, we need to let go of Jason Garrett?
You asking me that?
Yes, sir.
To be fair, if we don't make the playoffs this year, he can go. Honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that comes directly from, okay, so we've made these mistakes. If we don't fix these mistakes over the next 10 games or so, then I don't mind you getting Jason up out of there, because 10 games is plenty time to make an adjustment.
Okay, because I wanted to, and I hate to keep going, but the last thing, this is promise to God, there was a moment after that final stop the defense made where Jason Garrett, he's trying to get his high fives and stuff, and the defense didn't give him anything.
I don't care about that Twitter mess, man. I don't care about that Twitter mess, man. Don't nobody care about that. Listen, man. Coach Evans, if we just lost a game and I'm running to the sideline and you trying to high five me, I ain't trying to high five Coach Evans neither. Coach Evans, don't you put your hands out at me.
Look. I just wanted to mention that. I just wanted to hear your perspective.
Nah, man, but I've seen this team quit on Wade Phillips. I didn't see the team quit on Jason Garrett because the game was close all the way to the last damn play, and the defense stepped it up and they actually made stops, and the offense stepped up and we actually moved the football. I didn't see quitting, you know what I'm saying? But if I see quitting and if I don't see any kind of movement in terms of fixing the problems towards the end of the season, what you mean by that, Voch? Player execution. If we see Jason Witten keep dropping and fumbling, then Blake Jarwin needs more snaps and Jason Witten needs less. That's what I mean by that. So if it ain't fixed by the end of the season, you can cut him, but you best get somebody right up in there.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go and plug my stuff. You guys can follow me at Space Cowboy 17 on YouTube, at Space Cowboy 17 on Twitter. Remember, guys, you gotta have a plan before you execute it first. If we just fire Garrett and we don't have a plan, we might end up being screwed in the long term. That's all I'm gonna leave you with.
Hugh Jackson.
I'll see you, bro.
Hugh Jackson's gonna be the next coach of the Cowboys because that's what y'all asked for. Great call, Space Cowboy. Great call. Damn, we're going to get some people over here, but we got some people. Y'all hang tight, man. I'm going to get to all y'all. I'm about to cut this clock game on after Brandon. Brandon, what's good?
Man, Voch, man, you took forever to get on today, man. I've been in this joint since the waiting music.
Man, I know, man, but when all platinum callers get in, I just kind of got to go down the list, and you was out of Space Cowboy. My fault.
I feel you.
Go ahead,
man. Look,
what's up, bro?
I'm actually kind of mad. Well, not mad, but I'm bummed out that you got to everybody before me because, man, I got to sound like I'm rehashing all of their thoughts.
Man, think about the 18th person that I'm going to get to. they feeling bad. They going to get it. Bad. But go ahead.
They about to rerun all of my thoughts because I'm laying it all out on the table. Right?
Go ahead, bro.
So get this, man. Just like you said, I personally feel like as far as coaching goes, it was only one thing that fell on coaching in the entire offense for the entire play of the game. And I feel like that was the call on 4th and 2 in the second quarter. Yeah. I don't feel like that's the appropriate time.
Speed option right there. I didn't like it, especially going off the left, especially going off Cam Fleming's side. I didn't like it.
Yeah, because he was getting beat up all game. He got his lunch money took. They still got his wallet.
Sure.
So,
still got his wallet.
Space Cowboy said it best, though, man. So I feel like Chris Richard is the one coach that I feel like you can really say like, oh yeah, your coaching is doing poorly right now. Like you need to step it up.
And let me say this too before you finish. Let me say this too. I'm willing to let Chris Richard fix it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be a hypocrite here. I'm just saying if we gonna say the word coaching, because Voch ain't saying coaching. I want my players to play. But if we gonna say coaching, but in your same breath you gonna say Chris Richard is he's wiped clean from our responsibility. That's me calling them people out. But I'm willing to let this coaching staff figure it out though. That's Chris, Rod, Colombo, Kellen J. I'm letting them figure it out. But if they don't get it by the end, whatever, cool. Go ahead.
So, like, he is coaching his DBs. That's his position group.
Mm-hmm.
He coaching his DBs to play the receiver and not try to play the ball in order to do two things. One, make less mistakes, and two, live by their philosophy of bend, don't break. And I feel like really that's working against the way that the defense operates, because you need two things for that philosophy to work. You need high pressure up front, and you need at least one elite corner, in my opinion.
Okay.
So we don't got that right now, straight up and down.
Sure.
Like D-Law, I mean, he's facing the double teams and all of that. That's just the growing pains of getting paid. But I mean, he's not doing what he's doing. Robert Quinn, he's on turf anyway, a monster. But today he just ain't do it. So we're not putting the pressure on the quarterback up front that we need to do. And the corners are like, they free falling right now. They need to eject, pull out the parachutes, because I feel like it's two DB positions that are really struggling. That's Woozie and Jeff Heath.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Heath, even though he had a good game, you know what his weakness is. He's a box safety that can't cover.
Sure.
He's not really a great coverage guy.
Jeff Heath Jeff Heath and a great cover guy?
I don't feel like he's a great cover guy. I feel like he's a great, I see you, I'm gonna knock your butt on the, I try not to curse.
Knock your ass out. Yeah.
But and Awuzie, he's always had the issue of not turning his head. But now it's like that's spreading. It's like it's a cancer that's spreading to everybody else. You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So that Awuzie not turning his head to the ball and playing based on the receiver's body language, that's always been his thing. But now everybody's doing that because they've been coached to it. And
what I was seeing from the cornerbacks, and I was saying this earlier, and you was online or whatever, but like, what you think about this whole playing the hands thing? Because whenever we see Cheeto get beat, we always say, "Yo, man, that pass was perfect. Yeah, that pass was perfect. There was nothing we could do." But I think if teams see that on film, and go, they're not looking for the ball, they only playing hands. If you're a receiver, just keep your hands down, and we're going to play ball placement. We're going to play back shoulder fade. We're going to play ball over the top, and just don't put your hands up till it's time, and you can beat a cornerback like that every time. I think
receiver don't got.
Go ahead.
Every receiver don't got quick hands like that. Every receiver ain't Stephon Diggs. That's what I feel like Stephon Diggs does extraordinarily well. He can throw his hands up at the last second, and he has great arm quickness. So yeah, it's easy to say, saying, just don't put your hands up to the last second. Every receiver might not be able to do that. But, and then there also, just going back to something that you were saying, it's also things that you just don't got no control over. Like, dudes just got beat. Like, with that Robbie Anderson touchdown, he just got beat. Playing the body didn't have nothing to do right there, because I'm not sure what it was. He must have thought he had a second safety back there or something like that.
Yeah, man. But, it was looking like a cover 3 look or something, but he he tripped up somehow. So I don't know if he was, biting a fake or something. Like I said, I would have to watch the film before I make a bold proclamation. But it was a bad look to see Robbie right after they get the ball back in one play. It hurt to kind of see them go 98 yards like that, man.
What was that? Yeah, 98 yards, man. That's that made my stomach hurt, Voch. I ain't even drinking water tonight. I'm drinking wine tonight, Voch. My water turned into wine, Voch.
Shit, boy, I sure was whining, boy. I was whining, crying, complaining, cussing. I was like, cut the TV off. Look, man, I'm normally taking my shirt off, flexing in front of the TV, man. I was so unenthused. Boy, was I unenthused at this punk ass game.
But look though, I feel like the offense, everything just fell on the player execution.
Sure.
The play calling wasn't the issue.
Sure.
There was only one instance, like I told you before, but play calling was the issue. Everything else was execution. And you can't coach a 16-year vet tight end to catch the ball better. He already is what he thought he was. You can't coach your quarterback who has started every game of his career to put the ball. There was one play like where Dak put the ball in the back of the end zone where I didn't know who he was throwing it to. You can't coach that better. That was a communication issue between him and the receiver.
Then I saw somebody in my chat box, forgot who said it, but they was like, yo, Voch, we really blaming Gallup. Gallup been balling all season. He's absolutely been balling all season. And he had some yards this game.
You should do better.
Sure, but he wasn't perfect, and he had his mistakes, and I think it's fair to call him out when he's made mistakes. I'm a huge Dak fan. I've been on the Dak table since last year, but if the passes are a little high, then Dak needs to bring the passes down. That's just what that is. Nene in the chat box being messy, calling D-Law and his crew the lukewarm boys. That's kind of messy. That's kind of messy. I don't know if I like.
Talk about Nene after I get off the phone.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like it. Oh man, what else you got? That's it? You good? What else?
The coaches, particularly I can't even say the coaches.
Sure.
The defensive coaches, and by coaches I mean Chris Richard, but I'm going to lump them all together because they're a unit. Has to do something about secondary, because even in the games where we won, you could still see all of these same signs. Not many of these guys are young guys. Like, you got guys who are down roster guys that are young rookies.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else got some time in. They got to do something to correct these mistakes, because clearly it is burning them. The bend don't break philosophy does not work if you don't have some gangsters, some thugs back there.
We'll see, man. Some people was calling for Earl in the offseason, man. I wasn't so much on that wagon as the Ndamukong Suh wagon. You know what I mean? Like, if I wanted
I was on the Trey Boston wagon.
Trey Boston terrible. Nobody want him. Like if I wanted anything, I wanted some top tier D lineman, not even a trash can full of dirt guy, because that ain't my thing. Because guys got to be able to run.
Yeah, nah.
But I did want some help.
I was a D line guy. You need some speed up there in this level, man.
Yeah, man. They just gonna pitch the ball and run past your ass. But plug your stuff, Brandon, before I get you up out of here.
YouTube and Facebook are both Frankly Football. I put up at least 2 videos a week, talking about all of my Cowboys news and things like that. I'm going to put up another video in the morning after I watch this game another 1 or 2 times. So please like and subscribe those various pages, and appreciate what you're doing, Voch.
Yes, sir. Salute. So, all right, y'all, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this thing that we call clock game. This is where I respect all y'all, and there's a lot of y'all on the phone, and I want y'all to get all y'all time in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be one of these shows that tell you call in, then you call in, then we hang the damn phone up and don't let y'all call in. So we're going to get to all the calls, but the caveat is you only got 1 minute and 15 seconds. Now, how this works is we're going to bring you in. We're going to have our intro. I'm going to say what's happening. And then when I say what you got for the show, that's when your time begins. If I feel like it's a valid question or something that I feel like is a pretty good question, I will stop your time, answer your question, and allow you to continue. Is everybody clear on clock game? Is everybody clear on clock game? Let's run this for the cardio. Let me fix my glasses here. Let me take a sip of my happy juice. It don't taste great, but it is happy juice at the end of the day. And of course, in typical fashion, we're going to get to all of our platinum callers first, and then we're going to get into the callers in which we do not have them labeled in our system. All right, the
conference has been locked.
Y'all locked in this cage now. Let's run it for the cardio. Let's go. Josh, what's happening, man?
What's going on with you?
Everything, Doski Woski, sir. What you got for the show?
Okay. I'm robbing everybody, but I got a question for you.
Okay.
Why do everybody think that Chris Richard is the savior? Like, I'm looking at this defense, and I don't see no difference from 2016.
Damn.
Like, the defense is not looking that great.
Mm.
Like, they call for Garrett's job, give to him, but what's he doing? Like, Let me
just pause your time, Josh. I think they want Chris Richard to be the head coach simply because they don't like Jason Garrett, and 2, they see Chris Richard yelling and screaming on the sideline. But I don't think that's yelling and screaming. That ain't always gonna save you. But go ahead.
Did he make the Legion of Boom, or did the Legion of Boom make him?
Hold on. Oh, the way you stop it. I just stopped your time.
I'm just asking.
I just stopped your time. Say it again. Say it again for the people in the back.
Did he make the Legion of Boom or they make him? I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying?
You lucky I got my damn. Hold on. What my goddamn? Hold on. What my? Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. No, what my shit at? Don't go nowhere.
I'm here, Voch. I'm here all day.
Don't go nowhere. I stopped your time. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. I stopped your time. What you? The hell you say? What the hell you say? What? Damn.
You want me to say it again?
Say it again.
I said, did he make the Legion of Boom? Or did Legion of Boom make him? I just want to know.
Damn. That's a fantastic. Damn. Keep going. Talk.
I ain't seen nothing. And we got playmakers in that backfield. Xavier Woods is a playmaker in my book, but I ain't seen nothing from him. We don't turn around and get the ball. The ball right there. What we doing?
Damn.
When you think about the Legion of Boom, they have maybe two playmakers, Sherman and Thomas.
What if you like? Are you saying? Let me pause your time. Are you saying the Legion of Boom had one of the best free safeties of all time in his prime, and two cornerbacks that just really fit cover three really well, and a damn savage tackling machine, a damn strong safety that made plays? Are you saying they made Chris Richard?
Yes, sir. That's my thought.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that the extent of Chris Richard's Cowboy genius is telling Byron Jones to move back to a position that he played originally? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying.
God damn. Keep going, Josh. Damn. This how you get more time in clock game. Everybody listening right now, this how you get more time in clock game. Keep going.
I'm just saying. I'm not a Garrett fan. I've been calling Garrett's job since 2012. But we can't put it all on Garrett. And the people putting on Dak. I
got to get you on the phone, though, Josh. Appreciate it. God damn. Boy, I ain't want to hang up on Josh, but I got to be fair with clock game. Did y'all hear Josh? Damn, I ain't want to hang up on Josh. But did y'all hear what Josh was saying? Damn. Whew. Let me rack my magazine. Put my magazine back in the Mac. Gabe, what's up, man?
Doing well. The only thing that wasn't well about today is the Cowboys losing.
I agree, man. I agree. Go ahead.
People are going to get all, fed up by it, but, I'll give Richard and Marinelli one excuse for them.
Okay.
They never got to see that offense. They didn't have any tape on it, really, because Sam Darnold was out for 3 weeks with mono, and the one game that he did play was against the best defense of the Bills.
Let me pause your time.
Out in the league right now.
Let me pause your time. That's a fantastic point. If I got anything to say, the Jets' defense ain't bad. They got a good defense. They got a good defense over there. And to be fair, I think people were going into this game, they were equating the Jets with the Luke Falk Jets. Sam Darnold can actually play a little bit. We lost, but it is what it is, though. But go ahead, though. Go ahead, Gabe. That's a fantastic point.
So the only person that Sam Darnold's defense or offense lost to this year was the Bills, the number one defense in the league right now.
Mm.
And then they're probably going to lose to the Patriots, but Sam Darnold's actually not that bad of a QB.
Sure.
I never had an opinion on him until I saw him this game, and I was like, actually pretty good. I mean, he made one throw that he needed to make that kind of almost put the game on ice, which was the 92-yard touchdown. No one expected that.
Mm.
No one thought he had maybe we should have told Chris Richard, hey, he's got an arm. Put your safeties up there instead of having Awuzie try to keep up on a wide receiver who's going to smoke you.
Sure.
But, things happen.
Sure.
And I was like, disappointing loss. We'll get back to it. One, our defense is not in what they're supposed to be. They're not in playoff form yet.
Mm.
And then, people want to put blame on the coaches. I like the aggressive.
Gabe, I gotta hang up. Gabe, I gotta go. But 1 point for you, go though, Gabe. I do think that an ass whooping like this is something that'll flip the motivation in that locker room just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man. But you out of time though, Gabe. Good call though, bro. Good call.
Can I get one more thing?
Oh, Gabe, you gone. We don't play with clock game. If you wanted another question. Your previous one should have been shorter. Gabe, if you're listening, type it into the comment section, and I'll take a look at it there. But good call, Gabe. Good call. Let's keep Clock Game going, man. Clock Game is fantastic. It is one of my favorite staples of the show. We got Dominique on the phone. What's up, Dominique?
What up, G? How you doing, bro?
Everything's everything. Sipping this water, but it's not that great. But it is hydrating, sir. What you got for the show?
Yes, sir. All right, man. First of all, low-key, you kind of got me hot with the whole Jason Garrett point when Space Cowboy asked you what would it take for you to get rid of him. You said 10 more games. Okay. It's been 10 years, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let me go ahead. Let me just go ahead and pause your time, fam. So when we talk about football, we talk about evaluating people. The NFL is a very "what have you done for me lately" type of league, right?
Of course.
So when I look at Jason Garrett, and like I say, I'm not championing Jason Garrett, not standing on the table for him. I just think people are incorrect in their assessments. When I take a look at Jason Garrett, I'm not talking about the past 10. I could look at the past 10 years of Jason Garrett. But if you look at the last 5 years of Jason Garrett, it ain't been a bad 5 years of Jason Garrett. It ain't been terrible. You've been right there every time. You are one Tony Romo injury and Zeke, getting messed over by Roger Goodell from 5 straight playoff appearances. You know what I'm saying? So I
feel you, bro. So it's so much of the same situation that I keep seeing. These last 2 games, in different situations. And what's the last week? We were in a situation of the clock is running with about 6-7 minutes.
Damn. This damn function button. Hold on, y'all. I hit the function button. It goes away when I hit the function button. Y'all hold on, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Hello? Damn. Can y'all hear me? Damn. Hold on. Damn. I lost all my calls. Wait a minute. Y'all don't go nowhere, man. Callers, don't go. I hate the fact that I hit the function button and this thing just goes away. Y'all don't go nowhere. Hold on. Let me hit host, boom, boom, boom. Y'all should still be there. I'm tripping. I hope, damn, y'all should still be there. Let me see. Y'all don't go nowhere, man. Wait. We're connecting this thing. Don't go nowhere, man. I hit the function button and everything just went away on the screen. But if y'all hang tight, you should still be there. Okay, everybody's still there.
Welcome.
Okay.
This service is
man, I know who this is provided by, man. Don't quit playing with me, man.
1 host and 11 participants
I know who's
in this conference.
I know who's in the conference. Will you stop talking on my stream? Will you stop? Okay.
No.
Okay, hello?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Dominique. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that we're not doing any pre-snap motions or anything like that, because clearly we are. But we're not doing it from a sense of games 1 and 2 where we were moving guys around and getting Zeke 6-man boxes. And then if that wasn't what was working, we could check out of that from the same look without moving guys around. Say that Randall Cobb situation. And I want to say that was the first game where we had that ghost motion, that ghost jet sweep. We faked that 3 or 4 times. And we ran 3 completely different plays out of that same set. We're not even getting back to those type of situations anymore. So that's where I'm saying I'm coming from a perspective of coaching.
Well,
go ahead.
Every game plan going to be different. Every game plan is going to be different. And in the National Football League, you just can't run the same play every week because it won't be there for you. You know what I mean? So you have to be so you have to be somewhat scarce with plays that you call, especially your favorite plays. Now, in terms of movement, pre-snap, it's I know it's a fun thing to say when you lose the game that we're not doing pre-snap stuff, that we're not doing what we did in the first. But fam, we doing the same stuff we was doing, and I've made angry videos. You know what I'm saying? Hey, here's.
I've watched them.
Okay, I got you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So and I understand when we're doing those pre-snap motions, it's trying to understand what the defense is doing.
Sure.
And we may not necessarily need to do that if we understand what the defense is giving us.
Right.
So I can understand from that perspective if it's not happening that much. But I just keep feeling like we're getting away from like just inherently the culture or the idea of what Kellen Moore would like to do. Mm-hmm. And like even Tony said it on the broadcast, it's like, man, it's really looking like this is really influenced by Jason Garrett. And then he backtracked that with saying like it was poor situational awareness on from the coaching front about, just how the game was being handled. So he was.
Man, I gotta get you and Tony up out of here. I gotta get you and Tony off the phone. I appreciate it, Doug. Right. Listen, man, I'm not gonna sit up here. Listen, I don't care what Tony Romo said. I don't care who he think he is. I don't care if he the genie in a bottle when it comes to predicting football play. He ain't around this team 24/7 like that. He not around. Tony still got to look down at the call sheet to be like, what he said? He said, what's my man's name? Oh, he says, Joe Thomas on the sack there. Oops, Robert Quinn, I mean. Tony not close to this team like that. Tony studies the Patriots every week. He studies the Chiefs every week. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to change my opinion because Tony said so. Get out of here. Anyway. We're going to continue clock game here. Dave from New York. What's happening, man?
What's good, Voch? How you?
Ain't nothing good but the rent out here, man. What you got for the show, player?
Well, I want to say welcome back, and I heard that you had a little family situation. Welcome back. I missed you.
Man, appreciate you. Appreciate you.
The three things I want to say real quick. Conservative offense, man. For the past, that's going into the third game, too conservative for me. No RPO, no play action. And I have a question for you. I want you to answer, but the defense, I'm not gonna say it's coaching, but I think there's no cohesiveness there yet. They're still trying to work out the kinks to me.
Sure.
Also, adjustments. That I don't know. I know we started slow, but those adjustments need to be made. And having where we get 14, 17 points behind is killing us because when we do make those adjustments, that clock is gone. You know what I mean?
I agree. Now, let me just pause your time real quick. I think you just answered your own question or whatever. I think we are making adjustments. We're just in such a deeper hole by the time we make them that they just kind of get nullified. But winning fixes all this. We talking about adjustments, this, coaching that. If we win the ball game, a lot of this stuff don't matter. We just happen to didn't win. But go ahead, Dave.
Absolutely. Now my question to you, and then I'm gonna let you go, is that we have no balance. And do you think that being that they're trying to justify paying Jack that bread, that they putting all that weight on his shoulders, where we're losing our balance?
Dak gonna get paid regardless. We can run the ball 100 times with Zeke. Dak gonna get paid regardless. But I think we had some pretty good balance tonight. I think Zeke ran the ball 28 times. I think Dak had like 30 attempts or so, maybe like 25 or something like that. So it wasn't too far away. I think we were pretty balanced. I just don't think we executed. I just think we dropped the ball when we should have caught it. 5 times that was the case, and we just we just had to work our jelly a little better. You know what I'm saying? But Dave, let me ask you a question, though, man. Before I let you go, let me ask you a question. So like, do you think when Cooper's not around that Michael Gallup is going to be like reliable by himself? Like when he doesn't have a top tier receiver across from him, will Michael Gallup be okay by himself?
I think whatchamacallit? I think he'll.
All right, Dave, I gotta let you go, man. My bad, you ran out of time. I gotta let you go. Appreciate it.
I know
it. Listen, man, y'all ain't gonna stop me from having fun on my damn show. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all not gonna stop me from having fun on my show. We got Wavy. What's up, Wavy? Wavy.
What's going on, man?
What's good, player? What you got for the show?
I just called to say I don't think I'm not content with this Jason Garrett
place
calling. It's just horrible.
Sure. What's wrong with the play calling? Like what don't you like?
I mean that was Jason Garrett's play call. I'm sorry, it's like an echo because I saw your stream on the background. My fault.
Okay, cool. Okay. Turn your house down. Okay, well, go ahead.
Let me turn it off real quick. My fault. I'm so sorry.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right, cool. His time is ticking.
All right, I'm good now.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so Jason, basically we're getting for the last 3 weeks we've been getting stopped by Tampa too. Right? Am I wrong or am I
right? Sure. Yeah, sure.
And then we're just blaming it all down to execution. These, like Tony Romo said, I know you don't like going back, like referring to what he's done, like for today,
right.
saying basically this offense is 2008 version of Jason Garrett.
Huh? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I'm not content with this offense right now.
Right.
I'm not just it's not doing it for me.
Okay, Wavy. Tell us what you don't like about that. Like, is it the play calling? Is it the execution of it? Like, what's going on?
We have. All
right, Wave. I gotta let you go, man. Hey, listen, Wave. I promise I ain't set you up. You would have had more time, but you had to run away and cut the TV off. My bad, Wavy. But hey, you. Look, I had the time running. Wavy said, "Hold on, man. Let me go turn down the TV." I say, "No, Wavy. It ain't safe out here, Wavy. It ain't safe to go do that, Wavy." Damn, call in next week, Wavy. Damn, my bad. Let's get to some more platinum callers. We got 3 more, and then we got some brand new callers I've never seen before. We're gonna introduce them to how we do things here. We're gonna go Colin. What's up, Colin?
What's up, Vi? How you doing, bro?
Everything, brother. What you got for the show?
Hey, as of now, Chris Richard, you a fraud. As of right now, you a fraud. Because what I'm seeing on that defense is, so are you sure you made that lead to a boost, bro?
Hold on.
The way I'm seeing it.
Hold on. Let me just pause your time because I ain't understand that noun words you just said. So you say I'm what now?
I said as of right now, Chris Richard.
Okay.
Is a fraud.
Chris Richard is fired?
Is a fraud.
Is a fraud. Okay. As of now, Chris Richard is a fraud. Okay, that rhymes. Okay. I don't think he's a fraud, man. I think it's incredibly early in the season. I think it's the 6th game. It was around this time last year. This thing really started to gelling. We didn't know that the defense was top tier till we saw him beat the Saints last year. I'm not gonna push these guys off a bridge just yet, man. I want to give them a full season and make their adjustments, man. But if it's anybody's group that's making, that has issues, it is Chris Richard's unit. But I ain't gonna call him a fraud yet, man, because he could be fantastic and just having a bad, just a bad few plays or whatever. But go ahead.
I'm just saying because they saying, well, he could do all this. He's yelling at the players and whatnot. But all I'm saying is, you made a lead in boom, and you supposedly the right coach for the defense. All I'm seeing is, not looking back at the ball,
right?
Not creating no turnovers or whatnot. So that's all I gotta say.
Right. So you think we're gonna fire Chris Shaw, or you think that we're gonna give the play calling back to Marinelli? What you think we're gonna do?
They probably gonna give the play calling to Chris Richard.
Hey, yo, Colin, man, I gotta go, man. Appreciate it. That was fantastic call, man. Great question, great stuff. Hey, man. So, I know I'm attacking. It kind of sounded like I was attacking Chris Richard. It sounded that way, but I'm not attacking him. This is what I was simply doing. I was offering my perspective because I put it on player execution before I put it on coaching. Let me text. Shit. Damn. I pressed the button again. God damn. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. Ugh. Hold on, y'all. I pressed the button again. Hey, y'all don't go nowhere. I pressed the function button. I pressed the function button again. Y'all don't go. Let me just keep the phone off the damn laptop, man. I'm just gonna keep the phone away from the laptop because every time the phone hit the laptop, I hit the function button and y'all go away. It's my bad. Shante Cooley, Voch, you suspect? In what way? That don't sound great. I don't like being called suspect. I'm gonna need you to validate. I need you to clean it up. I do need to get the function, but I don't even use the function button. I don't know why the hell it's on here, but every time I hit it, this shit cuts off or it goes into sleep mode. I apologize. Okay, here we go. Let's set my clock back up and let's go to Big Dog. What's up, Big Dog?
What's up, dog? What up, man?
Everything, player Doski, Woski, and all that. What you got for the show?
A lot of points kind of already said. Like other dudes said, I hate when you get so down the list. So I'm gonna try to hit some perspective with some other people ain't talking about yet.
Sure.
Why do we lose games? Okay, so first half production. I find patterns, and I don't like to blame coaches all the time. I really don't. But
sure.
What I see so far has been the pattern. First half, we always come out slow and dead. If it was just one game, I'll blame the players. If it's just two, maybe even. But all year, we've coming out, even when we play the Dolphins, we come out slow in the first half. I have to blame the coaching staff. Maybe we're not prepared. Maybe we're not ready. So I'm blaming coaches right there.
Sure.
Second point, I'm gonna dump on the coaches on is mother. I don't even know if I'm supposed to cuss, but the damn penalties, man. We've been getting killed.
Yeah.
Penalty after we've probably been the most penalized team all year.
Sure.
So again, if it was just one game, I blame players. Two, maybe players all year. Coaching, we're being coached terribly. If we get penalties after penalty after penalty, I'm going to blame poor coaching to that as well. And then, so that's my first 2 points. I know I ain't got much time, but
you got 5 seconds. You got 5 seconds. Hurry up.
Draft.
2 seconds.
I would say the draft. First round, you should not pick Tristan Hill.
I gotta let you go, man.
Should get somebody you can use.
I gotta let you go. I said 3. Look, I said, Big Dog, you got 5 seconds. He said draft. Draft. You spent 3 seconds. You spent 3 seconds saying the same thing. I saw a lot of stuff about Tristan Hill too. He said drafting somebody we can use. I feel you on that, but I just think if we would have drafted anywhere, I don't think that player would have started. I think we got talent on this team, and I think Tristan Hill ain't starting because Malik Collins ain't letting him take his job, and Tyrone Crawford ain't letting him take his job. Plus when Malik is playing, when Tristan Hill is playing, they got Tristan Hill at 1 tech. That ain't where Tristan belongs. He belongs at 3 tech. Couple comments I saw in the chat box. Miss Jackie was like, Voch, you tried to tell us that Cam Fleming was bad, and now it's glaring. Yeah, Miss Jackie, but I don't want to be told you so, guy. Because if I was a teacher, I would hate to walk up to some of my students and be like I said, you know what I mean? Like I try to be encouraging. I try to, I try to what's the word? I try to embrace people, So I don't believe in take a L culture. I don't believe in told you so guy. But yes, Cam Fleming was terrible last year. He's terrible. He's terrible this year, but it's what we got. It just is what it is. It's not a bunch of great linemen in this league, so we just got to deal with what we got. I also saw Nene hashtagging free Jordan Lewis. Now, I don't blame coaching a lot, but if you want to blame coaching on something, this is what I would blame coaching on. I blame coaching in a way that, Jordan Lewis should be on the field, dog. I don't want Byron Jones to get hurt just for Jordan Lewis to be on the field. Jordan Lewis makes an immediate impact. He's fantastic. I need Jordan Lewis to get his ass. You know what I'm saying? Juan Thornhill. What y'all say? Oh, y'all probably talking about the whole thing. The one, yeah. So I don't think Juan Thornhill comes in and takes Jeff Heath's job. I don't think he does that. I don't think he. If Juan Thornhill came, he would play free safety, and good luck trying to take Xavier Woods' job. I don't think that's the case. No. Now, if you would have drafted like a corner or something to come in and take Anthony Brown's job, maybe, but then he got to compete with Jordan Lewis too. So we just had guys, man. We just had guys. So yeah, Eric Berry's good, but he get hurt. He gets hurt. I saw something else in the chat box too. I think I saw Aisha say she hate me or something like that. She better chill. You better chill. Let's see. Let's continue our phone escapades here. Anthony, what's up?
What's the deal, family? Hey, I'm about to tell you, man. I was just about to hang up because the last time I won the game, you was like, I'm gonna be in the VIP spot. I ain't feel VIP all day.
See, Tony, this how this work, man. Like, if you call
you're taking my time. You're taking my time, man. You
no,
know
no. You ain't started yet. You ain't started yet. But if you call in, and it's like if you call in, it's like 6 people, Tony. I got you. You just happen to call in when all the heavy hitters called in. You know what I mean?
I heard.
I can't put you over Foots. I can't put you over Space Cowboy, 100 grand. Ken Twan ain't called in a year, but if he was in, he'll go to the top. My bad, man. It's just hierarchy around here. But Anthony, I will put you on the phone before I put 912 on the phone. You see what I'm saying? So, but now let's get in the clock game. What you got for the show, Tom?
Hey, Anthony Brown needs to sit down.
Damn, that rhymes.
Family, for real.
Rhyme again.
He needs to sit down, bruh. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely put Jordan Lewis in. So I agree with you on that. I mean, there's been so much said that I wanted to say, but man, there's so many people blaming these coaches. You know what I'm saying? And really, what's been happening over 3 weeks is they ain't been executing. The players ain't been playing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? The coach has been coaching, but the players ain't been playing. So,
sure.
I don't know, man. It's so much, but yeah, you talk. Everybody, hit points and things like that. So those are pretty much the 2 points I wanted to hit. You know what I mean? Because I know I only got like 15 seconds left. So
you got 22 seconds. Keep going. You got 20 seconds. Keep going. You got 18 seconds. Go ahead.
I'm put my wife on the phone, babe. You got anything to say about the Cowboys?
Hello. What she say?
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Pretty much what he was saying, like the players, like them dropping balls, we started to look like bird droppings.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I know this your first time calling, but you ran out of time. I'm so sorry. I gotta get your body right. I'm sorry. I'm not a piece of shit for hanging up on you. I'm sorry, but oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. Let me tell you how cold Anthony is. Let me tell you how funny Anthony dog ass is. I saw Anthony, he got 15 seconds. He said, hold on, let me put my wife on the phone. I'm not the bad guy here. That was Anthony's fault. Hey, man, come over here and say something to Voch real quick. Hey, yo, Voch, you got 5 seconds. Oh, man, y'all terrible, man. Damn. Okay, we got some non-platinum callers. Let's see if we can make them platinum today. 912, what's happening? Who this?
Hey, what's up, Voch? This is Jason, man, from North Carolina, bro.
What's up, Jason from North Carolina? What you got for the show?
Man, I just wanted to, my first point, man, I wanted to speak out, man, on some of our fans, bro.
Get them.
Anybody who says, I heard you say in the comment, like in the comment section earlier that people who said that we look unmotivated. The only people who said that, they watched that bougie-ass halftime show, and had people say that we look like unmotivated on the sidelines or whatever. So that's where they got that shit from.
Right.
So that don't mean nothing. Also, like, Dak, I think Dak was fine, but, looking at Greg Williams and his schemes, you said earlier, man, with those exotic blitzes that were happening, you know what I mean?
Sure.
If you don't see him that much, you know what I mean? And, he was getting hit. I don't like to see anybody who get hit by a 200, 250-pound man, you know what I mean, and they throw a little bit high. You know what I mean? He was getting hit. It kind of happened like in 2017 with the Falcons game, man, when we had Tyron out then, and he got sacked a whole bunch of times. When he was getting hit, he got shaky. So you can't really put none of that on Dak or whatever. But I ain't worried though. We went 3-5 last year. So
man, Jason, you shouldn't be. But listen, man, I just plugged you in platinum. So next time you call in, you ain't gotta wait 3 hours to get on the phone. Appreciate it, Jason.
Yo, man, I got you, bro. Yo, and I'll write some notes down, bro. So I'll spit them out to you, man.
There you go. Salute. Now, Jason, if you listening still, hold on. Damn. Okay. Cool. Jason, if you're listening, still, we not always playing clock game. We only pull out clock game when it's a lot of callers. You know what I'm saying? Because I respect y'all enough to ask y'all to call in. If y'all call in, I at least want to get to your point. So we use clock game to kind of move things along here. But if like you call in, it's like 5 people on the line, I'll let you talk. Get your points out. We just happen to be playing clock game right this second in particular. But let's keep this thing moving, man. We got 2 more callers. 860. What's happening? Who this?
Yeah, that would be me. My name is Spencer. I'm 13. I'm a freshman in high school.
You're 13, Spencer. All right, Spencer. Okay, what's your girlfriend name, Spencer?
Okay, hold on. Don't take up too much of my time. I got.
You going to prom this year, Spencer?
I don't know about that.
What about that ACT? I was messing with. I hit the button again. I hit function again. Spencer, hold on, Spence. Don't hang up, Spence. Okay, he's still there. Hold on, Spence. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere, Spence. Time out. You my guy, Spence. You my guy. Because I appreciate... Okay, we know the conference started. Hold on. Because I appreciate the diversity of my show. You know what I mean? Because that just means I got respect on the block. I got respect in the libraries, in the colleges, and I got respect in the middle schools. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate it, Spence. Now I'm starting your time, sir. Let me hit this button after I say what you got for the show, young Spence.
All right. So I have a question for you. So okay. I follow like 18,000 Cowboys Instagram accounts.
Gotcha.
And a lot of them are reporting that the Cowboys are looking after, if they don't extend Jason Garrett, they would go for Lincoln Riley.
Sure.
Thoughts on that?
Let me pause your time. So this is what a lot of people don't understand, right? So first of all, let me say, as far as Lincoln Riley goes, I mean, that's just a lot of people giving you their wish list. You would love to have Lincoln Riley, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But how a lot of this goes, man, is like these guys in college, they gods in their city. You know what I mean? Like Nick Saban ain't leaving Tuscaloosa to coach in a league. You know what I'm saying? Like he got his system. Yeah. He has his machine oiled up already. Dabo Swinney, guys like that, man, they not leaving their comfortable situation to come, you know what I'm saying, coach some team in the league, man.
I feel you.
Right. So I don't see Lincoln Riley leaving Oklahoma. And if he does, I mean, it'll be nice, but you know, it's a coin flip. But let me start your time back up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, and my only other question was, when do you think that we were like the closest to being able to win a Super Bowl? And your choices are 2007, probably like the 14-15 season, the 16-17 season, or last year. Just pick one. Why?
I think the Dez Carter season that DeMarco Murray, Dez Bryant, you know Tony Romo season. Yeah, that season was like Tony was just healthy enough to not let the wind blow in his back break. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we was just good enough on defense. Yeah.
All right, man. I'll be calling in basically every week from now. I literally discovered your YouTube channel a week ago, so I'll be calling in a lot more often.
I appreciate it, man. Tune into my other live streams and film sessions throughout the week, and salute to you, man. Go to bed, man. You know you got school tomorrow. you know.
I actually don't have school tomorrow at all.
Oh well, I wouldn't know. I ain't been to school in years. All right, fam. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man.
All right, can you make me platinum?
You are okay. Cool. 13-year-old Spence. I just made you platinum, sir. Salute to you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. I want Ed Ogeron. Let me tell y'all something about Nene, man. She just recently became an LSU fan, not because she liked Joe Burrow or the colors or the school traditions or whatever, but she heard this post-game interview with Ed Ogeron and she had no idea that he sounded that way. Now she's an LSU fan. You know, Ed Ogeron come on the microphone and be like, well, I tell you what, we had a good game. Who you going to go who's you? Well, Coach Ogeron, what do you think about your quarterback Joe Burrow and the transition he's made in the 2019 season? Hell, Joe, he had 2019. You be drinking a lot of water. Your tool belts, drinking water. All right, Coach, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And I love Ed Ogeron interviews, boy. He's the best. He's the best. And the last caller for the night before we wrap this thing up, let's go. And we right on the 2-hour mark. That's fantastic, man. We had a pretty good show. Let me address these super chats too before we get to the last call. Little touchdown, drop 2 on the super chat. Pull the trigger and trade for a top 3 safety. I don't necessarily think a safety is your problem right now. I think if anything, you may want a little more push in the middle. I said on the internet. On the Twitter. Would you give up a first round pick to go get Leonard Williams? From the Jets, would you get him and plug him right in at 3 tech? And shit, I'd do it. I'd do it because Leonard Williams is fantastic. Little Touchdown also dropped another deuce in the super chat. Trapgame.com. So appreciate you, Little Touchdown. Paul Mills dropped 5 in the super chat. He says, to be honest, it seems none of our team's phases, offense or defense, study film on the team tendencies and plays, tendencies and routes. I think we do. We just haven't executed. Shal 4 dropped 5 in the super chat. Appreciate you. And Sports Guru 95. Appreciate you. He dropped 2 in the super chat. He says they chasing instead of trusting their technique. I'm assuming you're talking about the DBs, and I totally agree, man. I totally agree. So anyway, let's get into the phones and the last call of the night. And then I'm going to go and watch my review for my CMMG Banshee that I'm going to get next month. I ain't going to say what it is, but if you know, you know. To go on my new Pelican case. 682. You're the last caller for the night. What's happening? Who this?
Is this me?
Yeah, that's you. What's happening? 682. Who this?
This big, bro.
What up?
Work, man. Cat Town on YouTube or whatever. You know,
what's good, Vic? Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm drinking water, but it's not the best, man. We're gonna have to make it happen, man. What you got for the show, Vic?
All right, let's do this. All right, we got a lot of Christmas sauce flying down here today.
Sure.
And I'm disappointed in Cowboys fans because I ain't heard one name all night, which is Rod Marinelli.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't know why I haven't heard that. But I think one of our problems is we got too many coaches in the room and nobody, and it's like Chris Richard is supposed to be over the defense, but he's not because he just got there, so he's not going to be the kind of guy that's just going to take over while Rob Marinelli is actually there. So we don't have his full control. And then we got Kellen Moore with the same situation where he's not going to override anything Jason Garrett says, so he doesn't have the full control either. So basically we got too many coaches in the room. We need to clear the room out with people that's not holding responsibility for what they're doing. And for some reason, we talked about Chris Richard, and he's only given up 2 touchdowns in the last 3 games.
Sure.
So I don't understand where the Chris Richard stuff comes from. Maybe Chris Richard. It might be true what the guy said though that Legion of Boom might have made him, but it might have been Chris Richard's defensive line that he had in Seattle that made the Legion of Boom actually.
Pass rush.
But Rob Marinelli.
Pass rush definitely helps too.
Rush.
Yeah. You know what, Vic? Let me just pause your time to say this, sir, because I had this theory that I was theorizing about. It was about D-Law. And I want to say this while you on the phone with me, because you just happen to be the last caller, because sometimes the last caller get perks and things, right? I was thinking about D-Law. Yeah. People were saying, how D-Law has disappeared, how he's not getting sack production or whatever, but I was thinking, was it ever D-Law's responsibility to get sack production? Let me explain. Like, D-Law is a left defensive end. It's his job to play strong side, to set the edge, to be a monster versus the run, and to get sacks where you can. It just happens that his sacks where he can was like 14 sacks one year, right? But when we got Randy Gregory in, D-Law's sacks went down a little bit, but we were getting sacks from the right end position. That's what we were supposed to get sacks from the right end, from the rush end position, right? So, and then we got Robert Quinn here. And sure, D-Law, and look, D-Law got like 3 sacks so far, which ain't terrible. Sure, D-Law hasn't taken over a game in terms of sack numbers or whatever, but Robert Quinn been taking over the game in terms of sack numbers, So I think if we keep letting Robert Quinn be good enough to get double teamed at some point, then maybe D-Law can give you some on the back end. You know what I mean? Because it took a while for D-Law and Randy Gregory to learn how to rush together. You know what I mean? It was towards the end of the season where we started to see D-Law and Randy meet at the quarterback. Even when Randy was, first coming in, D-Law was getting his sacks, and then Randy would get his sacks, and D-Law would be just a little bit, late or whatever. It's only week 6. I think if we just continue to just let this gumbo cook, man, to just let this stew just simmer, I think it's gonna get better towards the end of this thing, man. But that's just my thoughts.
I do too. Yeah, I think that was about week 10 when it started gelling together as far as both of our defensive ends. I think that was about week 10, something like that, when they really start meeting at the quarterback.
Sure.
And,
it was the Saints game, man, and I keep going back to the Saints game because our defense was cool, and our defense ain't been bad this year. The Packers game was like really bad, but besides that, man, the defense hadn't been terrible. And last year the defense was just like that. They just weren't terrible until Drew Brees rolled out there and only left with 10 points or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, and D-Law shoulder hurt. Probably or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's always something with him anyway.
Let this thing play out. But go ahead though, Vic, because I used up all your little time talking. But go ahead.
No, you good? Because I only got couple more things to say real quick.
Go ahead.
And then I'll let you chime in. All right, so I think Cheeto. I've been saying this, like I've been tweeting this and leaving comments about this for actually all year. I think Cheeto is a safety and nobody knows it yet.
Is that you? Who said that? Was that you that said that on Twitter? That was you said that on Twitter?
Yeah, I did say that. I think I left that under one of your comments too. Maybe
you did. Fantastic point. Say it again.
Yeah, I think Cheeto is a safety and nobody knows it yet. Because if you look at this Colorado film, he was playing corner and he was playing a little bit of safety. And I just don't think safety in the NFL is his thing. I think he's more of I don't think corner. I don't know if I said that right. I don't think corner in the NFL is his thing. But I think safety. He played a little bit of safety in college, and I liked him playing around, just being free to just read and keep everything in front of him more than I do corner. And another thing I want you to think about, man, while you're doing your film, bro, is I know you are not one of the guys that like to blame the coach.
Sure.
But I think execution, when you say it's execution, I think you're saying it's coaching, but I don't think you realize you're saying it's coaching yet. Like, 'cause coaching and execution are married together. You know what I'm saying? They're together. They don't really. I don't think you can say they're mutually exclusive at all. I think coaching and execution is together, though. They go together.
I don't think they married, but they do have like a side chick relationship. You know what I mean? Like in a way that, hey, we're asking you to do something. We need you to do it. But if you don't do it, that's not on coaching. My biggest example of this was last year when the Cowboys played the Seahawks. It was the coach's job to get Zeke wide open versus Earl Thomas, and he did. It is Zeke's job to catch the ball, stay in bounds. Right. But Zeke dropped the ball. Zeke went out of bounds. Zeke messed up the leverage and got hit. Right. So that's not execution. So Jason Witten dropped a wide open pass today. It's coaching's job to get Jason Witten a wide open pass. It's Jason's job to catch it and get as many yards as you can get. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, and at one point, maybe half of that we were talking about the side chick thing is maybe the other half of that is putting Blake Jarwin in that situation and get out of love with Jason Witten. Like, fall out of love with this Jason Witten thing.
So are you implying so you trying to like bench Jason Witten or you trying to just like what you trying to do?
I just needed more of a focal point.
Hey, yo, Vic, I gotta get you off the line, man. I appreciate it, man. My bad.
Okay.
Yo, Vic, I gave you a long time though, but Vic, you are platinum though. Listen, let me unlock the conference.
The conference has been unlocked.
Chris, call in, man, because Chris normally call in every show, and I haven't been active with my shows, or whatever. But it's Chris is a part of this thing. It's obligatory. You know what I mean? And I saw Chris call in, but the show was locked, so he didn't stay in. So Chris, call into the show. So I can get your obligatory call in, so we can hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Because Chris my guy. but hey, look, don't nobody else call in though, because I ain't gonna answer y'all. Because I've been doing it for 2 hours. But if y'all do call in, just know I ain't gonna answer you though. But Chris, I want Chris to call in so I can hear from Chris, because he's damn. It's 2 hours in, and Eastside Harold still listening to his favorite YouTube channel. Eastside man, yo, Eastside Harold, man, find some DM or something. I'm gonna send you a shirt, man. Eastside Harold, for real, bro. Like I really need to send you a shirt, dog. Like for real, man. So like find some DM or something. Find Twitter or like my Facebook or something, or wherever you can find me at. DM me your address, Eastside Harold. I'm gonna send you a shirt, man. I'm gonna send you out with my group of shirts to send out this month. Cause you a fantastic Cowboy fan. You absolutely a fan of the show, man. I'm gonna take care of you, man. Take care of you, man. The Jets were 0-5. Well, I mean, they were 0-5 because Luke Falk made them 0-5. Luke Falk ain't play today. Chris, what's up, man?
Hey, man, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Man, I wasn't going to let you just walk smooth past this daggum phone line and not get... Hold on, wait. Listen.
The conference has been locked.
You know what that means? That's called privilege, Chris. It's called privilege. Let me do it again.
Hey, man,
let me unlock... Let me unlock the conference.
The conference has been unlocked.
Oh, never mind. Let me lock it again.
The conference has been locked.
That's called privilege, Chris. It's called privilege.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, because I came out and I tried to call, and the recording was locked. I was like, damn. I felt bad, because I was like, man, I've been calling when we won. I've called, and the wife was like, hey, we going to the movies tonight right after the game. And I was like, yo, I got to call my man Voch. She's like, hey, I ain't trying to hear all that. It's family time. So I was like, man.
I am family.
I
am family. What's
I know. I was like, but this is family. This is my Cowboy family.
Right.
That's who I live and die with, man. You know what I'm saying? And before we talk about anything else, man, hey, listen, I'm glad you're back. Or if you're with your family, man, I wanted to hit you and just check on you, man. You know, we talk about football and everything, but at the end of the day, man, I care about you. I mean, we ain't even never met. But, man, you know, if it was to the point I had to come get you, man, I'd want to have to come down here from Virginia to come get you, man. So I was just worried about you. I hope everything's going okay with your family and the trip, man. I really do.
Oh, man, appreciate it, man. Thank you and everybody that had kind words to say, man. We had a little bit of a scare, and I had to be there, but everything's good now. Everything's in place,
good, man.
So everything's in place.
Absolutely, man.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
that was first and foremost, man. But, man, as for this, man, as this drought we on, man, because, you know, I can't get no war cry. My water is nasty.
I know, right?
You know, I'm pissed off about everything. And, you know, I even got some of my homeboys that we got on you know, on our side group chats. You know, we even at odds with each other, because nobody is sitting here saying, hey, this is about execution. Right. And, hey, last year, 8 games in, we were 3-5.
Right.
And, hey, you know, we got these different problems. Did we give all the equity back? Yes, we did. We gave it all back.
Yep.
I mean, we had it all, and we gave it all right back. But you still got 10 games left to play.
And that's a long time.
10 games left to play.
That's a
long time, man. It's a long time. And the whole point it goes back to is execution, man. I cannot stress it anymore. And you said it time and time again. If they weren't getting plays to get people open, then I could blame it on, hey, coaching. If they weren't putting things in place where people in the right position to do stuff, then I could blame coaching. But if you turn around
and let Robbie Anderson run free on a stutter and go, and you ain't there with him to meet him and run with him, that's on the player.
Sure.
If you're not in the hole to make a play and tackle it, that's on the player. If you make dumb plays and do encroachments and have penalties and help 2 PIs and two defensive calls of offsides and a roughing the passer and horse collar, that's on the player.
Mm-hmm.
But ain't nobody in here jumping up and down hollering about Christian Shaw to get fired.
Mm.
Ain't nobody saying that. I ain't heard that, Voch. I can't go on my timeline. I can't find nobody on Twitter say, "Hey, fire Christian Shaw." Because, Anthony Brown getting toasted like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But it took all that for them to put Jordan Lewis on the field. But ain't nobody saying that, man. And at the end of the day, they have not. But if we go back in the archives, man, it's been since Anthony Henry that we done had a ball-hawking corner.
Damn.
Anthony Henry.
Yeah.
Voch.
Yeah.
Anthony Henry.
Yeah.
Said you had a ball-hawking corner.
Yeah.
And so now you want to jump up and down. Listen, you got 10 more games. You know what you got next week? You know what you got? Now, do you want to revoke, Jason Garrett's pass and he can't get into the facility and he can't get to the water cooler? That would be the unsound and unwise thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But let me line up my all world tackle. Let me get my guy, my right tackle that's plays better.
Yep.
Hey man, and when we go back and look at the film, and I'm a Patreon guy and things of that nature. But you know what? Can we get a little film study on Zach Martin? Has El Presidente?
That what you want? That what you want? That what you want, Chris? That what you want? Say it.
Man, I want a little bit of film study on Zach Martin.
You got
because those pressures that we're getting aren't always. We get mad when it comes off the edge.
Mm-hmm.
But that last one that happened today on that 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Hey man. Number 33 didn't come from the outside. He came right between the guard center gap, right into my quarterback's face.
Hey man, you asked for it. You asked for it. I got it. And then look, I don't do a lot of them because views or whatever. But I get into some O-line film. You know what I'm talking about? I get into some offensive line because that's my expertise right there. Like I'm good with offense.
Right.
We gonna get
man.
Yeah.
I mean that offensive line porn, man. Hey man, you top flight, bro. You triple XX, man, with that, man.
I'm humble, man. I'm humble. But since you asked for it, I'm gonna do it, man. Just like that.
Good, man. I just want to, because the pressure's up the middle. When we're talking about this and the other. My man Foots is going crazy talking about Zeke he don't deserve his money. He looking slow. Foots is losing his mind. I got Long Nation hitting with nothing but the best, and everybody losing their mind. Hey man, we got 10 games left. Come back next week. You give me my full compliment, and let me go ahead and get after the Eagles next week. Am I upset? Absolutely. Yeah. Am I mad that we lost today, man? Without question, man. But it's all about execution. And I remember last year at this time, I was 3-5.
Yeah.
I was 3-5, and I was 8 games in. And it looked like, man, we were going downhill. And it took a little bit of time for the juices in this gumbo to act right, man. That sausage and that shrimp, man.
That damn roux. That damn roux. That roux had to formulate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had to do a little extra salt, a little pepper. I had to get that Old Bay cooking before my roux was right. Man. And then I looked up, and I had a perfect bowl, man.
I say this and I'm gonna let you go, Chris. Somebody on my Twitter was like, "Yo, Voch, remember this tweet? The Cowboys are not gonna make the playoffs. It is time to focus on the draft." And I looked that cat right in the eye. I picked up my phone and I looked that cat right in the eye and I said, "Ain't nobody gonna remember your dumb ass tweet, dog. We're going straight to the playoff, dog, and you gonna be looking stupid in January."
Hey, man, Oh man, I was sitting, I was sharing, and I'm gonna get out your hair because I love clock game, and I'm gonna get out your hair. I was sitting, everybody's drooling over the 49ers. Yo, man, you know that we damn near lost our mind in 2015, man, when we went 4-12. Could you imagine going 4 years of 4 losing seasons as a Cowboy fan? We couldn't take 1 year to get that haul we got in 2016. Now, after 4 years of being just hot buttered turkey ass, they finally playing some good ball. Dude, you got the pieces here, man. And the thing about it, you have kept adding into this room. You know, you can take Sean Lee off the field right now and won't nobody get mad.
Damn.
You can take Jason Witten off the field right now and ain't nobody gonna get mad. Dude, you have been adding to this room. You have quietly brought Brandon Knight, an undrafted lineman from Indiana, because you know I'm a draft show guy. You know, and that dude has turned around and he can solve your problems for the awful swing tackle problem you've been dealing with Cam Fleming on dirt cheap money.
Play well today.
On dirt cheap money.
Play well, yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey man, so you know, you thinking about from 1 to 22, we're good, but it's 23 through 54, right? That we've been churning this roster and getting quality young talent. So you know what? Am I mad right now? Absolutely. Did I want to go beat the Jets? Man, without question. Did I want to be 6-0 right now? Absolutely. But the world don't work like that. And the story of the 2019 Dallas Cowboys isn't fully written. So we just gonna keep writing this story, man. I'm gonna ride with you, man, to the end, man. And bruh, I'm looking for these film studies this week, man. I learned a little bit more, man. I get a little bit more knowledge every week listening to you, listening to Law, listening to Foots lose his mind, listening to Okoye acting a fool on his line, man. Man, listen to Mark Holmes. I mean, all you cats who do this YouTube stuff, man, who get the time and effort and energy and use your talent, man, to educate us on the Cowboys, man. I appreciate you 1,000, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for giving me a chance. I'll holler at you, man, and we'll talk later on this week, boss.
That's why I got you on the phone. That's why you got privilege, because of calls like that. Gotta let you go, though. Man. Gotta let you go. Appreciate it, though, Craig. Gotta get your body. Appreciate Fantastic call, man. Listen, I'm not finna break my furniture because the Cowboys lost, man. I'm not finna do it. I wasn't raised that way. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't raised that way. It was a moment in my football career where I realized it was after my senior year. I cried when I lost my last game, but it was the very first game I lost as a coach. I didn't cry because of that guy. I didn't cry after that game. It made me sit back and it made me wonder what happened. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me being so upset at the outcome of the game, it more so made me focus. It made me focus a little more on fixing the problems. And I took that same energy and I applied that. I took that same energy and I applied it to my fandom. Everybody shouts out to Eagle 81 right now because we know we ain't even going to see their ass next week when the Cowboys smoke the shit out of Philly. Y'all already know that. It's easy for them to come in and talk their little noise and troll because they think I'm over here breaking furniture. They think I'm over here crying. They think I'm over here upset. But at the end of the day, the best quarterback that Philly had playing in Jacksonville right now. Anyway, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Good show. It was dope. It was fun. Appreciate all my callers for calling in. Let me check my super chats. See if we got any others. We did. We got Josh Magaha. He says, appreciate you letting me speak on your platform. Speak my piece on your platform. Appreciate you, Josh. Salute to you. And appreciate everybody else that tuned in. Hey, man, I got some bills to pay, though. If y'all don't mind, real quick, I got some bills to pay. In case y'all didn't know, I am back to the regularly scheduled programming. We're going to, let me just pause you right there. If everything goes according to plan, we'll have a morning after show tomorrow. But if the homie texts me back and say we going fishing, then we ain't doing a morning after show. We'll just do another live stream that night and we'll get it done from there. Eastside Harold, I lied to you. I was never going to send you a shirt anyway with your goof ass. Fuck out of here, boy. And we're back to 3 film sessions this week. Three films. There'll probably be another live stream at some point towards the end. And Chris asked for the Zach Martin film session, so I'm gonna turn that into a Zach Martin / Brandon Knight type of deal. I think that'll be a cool little video to do. You know what I'm saying? So y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski, man. I'm about to pay these bills. Watch these ads. Peace. My cable bill was way too high. I reached out to affordablesticks.com. They sent me a Fire Stick. Plug that thing. to the HDMI. Now I get unlimited shows, movies, and live TV. I'm a huge sports fan, so I love League Pass, Sunday Ticket, and I get the pay-per-view fights for free. There's something for the whole family. You can buy a Fire Stick for every TV in the house and still spend less money than you would cable. That's affordablesticks.com. There's a link in the description. You should go click it. Cut the cord. YouTube is not taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that's subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/VochLombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. After canceling my cable, I got $2,400 this year by switching to Beast TV through channelsforcheap.com. Some people pay $200+ a month. I paid $120 a year, or you can go $15 a month if that's what's convenient for you. You get 2,500 HD channels. 1,000 of those are in English, and there are plenty other international channels, TV Guide, and we get all the sports. One of my favorite things is multi-screen feature. So if I don't know what I want to watch, I can tune into 4 different channels at one time that you can watch on 4 different devices, and it's available on Fire Stick, smart TVs, tablets, and if you're on the go, you can watch TV on your phone. Hit the link in my description or go to channelsforcheap.com where you can get a free 7-day trial. That's a whole week for you to just sit down and play with it and see what you like about it, then come back and make a purchase. If you have any questions, go to channelsforcheap.com, hit this little button right here, and they'll respond to you immediately. That is channels4cheap.com. The link is in the description. I highly recommend it. Let's do it.